performance of the 94th Annual Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. I'm Bob Tallman. I'll be joining Boyd Paul Hamus, Andy Seiler, and the brilliant Jamie Johnson in the arena in just a few minutes. Tonight's a very special night. We're going to start a little bit different, and it begins like this with great memories.
Ladies and gentlemen, we always open the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo with our grand entry. And if you're a member of the board of directors, it's an honor to ride in that grand entry each night. So tonight we present a riderless horse, and we do it to honor those directors who we've lost in the past year with a special opening of this event that they loved taking part of. So that horse, that hat, those backwards boots represent all of our volunteers who are the heart of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo that passed on in the previous year. We are thankful for the time and the talent they shared with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we begin, let's open the gates. It's grand entry time. Let's rodeo Houston.
And in they come with the American flag. We welcome Miss Rodeo America. That is Olivia Favero. Carrying the Texas flag, Miss Rodeo Texas, Rihanna Santos. And the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo flag carried by lifetime Vice President Danny Boatman. Now, we notice that many of you, if not all of you, stand at the side of Old Glory, and we thank you for doing so. But we also remind you that this is a parade, so once those banners pass you by, please enjoy the remainder of this parade from the comfort of your chair.
Thank you, Andy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, also on the entourage on the very front up here, our chairman of the board, Pat Man Phillips, chairman of the board-elect, Wesley Seinor, our president, Dr. Chris Bowman, tipping his hat to you right now, and our stock contractor and rodeo producer, Binion Servey of Wagon, Colorado.
Then immediately behind those great leaders of this entirely volunteer organization, there's Jim Bloodworth, the past chairman of the board and president. He's right alongside guys. There's Jim Winnie. Want to say thanks to Brady Caruth, John Jordan, Butch Robinson. There's Jack Lyons right there. John O. Smith, Paul Somerville. All right, Steve Stevens. Great to have all of you in the saddle with us.
Also riding our executive committee, Roger Camp and Parker Johnson, Warner Irvin and Alan Kent, Juan Garcia and Dr. Kelly Larkin, MD, Jeff Hayes and Robbie Smith, and Jeff Hildebrand.
How about this lifetime executive committee? Tillman Fertitta, good evening, sir. Ray Hinesley, Wayne Hollis Jr., Hap Honeycutt, Ed McMahon, Chris Richardson, Tall in the Saddle, Joe Van Matry, and Jim Wyndham.
Then to our vice presidents who join us in the saddle on this night. They include Stacy Stidham Anderson. Johnny Causey's in the saddle, as is Martha Garcia Ceballos. Stan Horton. There's Russell Jones, T. Mark Kelly. Say hello to Sean Lahane, Christy Manning, and Amy Pinkham Miller. But Andy, there's more.
There's a lot more, including Amy Coates Monteverde, Nancy Motley, and Robert Pike Jr. Hello, Michael Sachs and Jim Sartwell III, David Stone and David Smith, along with Justin Tankersley and Lance Welch.
When it comes to lifetime vice presidents, good evening. There's Terrence Fontaine, Ray Gonzalez, Dick Hudgens, Rick Jones, James Mora, and Greg Schroeder.
And then when we turn to lifetime vice presidents, we are actually vice presidents, board of directors members is actually where we're at now. Literally 2 pages of names. Shout out to Ronnie Ruffino, Randy Russell, Lisa Schutzenhofer, Julie Shannon, Terrence Sims, Neil Yelderman, Dennis Wolford, Brian Wisniewski, Michelle Wassaf, Tracy Troop, Sean Smith, Lauren Spinks, Emmett Story III, Jody Takel, and Scott Townsend ride as our directors tonight.
Our horseback guests for the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo include the University of Houston Chancellor, that is Renu Couture, along with Suresh Couture, that is Renu's husband, John Bonk, our third-year chairman, Ann Massey, Rhonda McLeod, and Sue Rohr, along with the 165th District Court Judge Bruce Bain and Dan Ceballos.
Now you're going to notice some wagons coming around the south end of our big arena. Want to welcome in our first wagon. They call it the first Cowboys wagon. This is Tim Phillips. He's the first cowboy because he's the husband of the chairman of the board, Patman Phillips. Lauren Blanchard, president of University of Houston Downtown. LTC Todd Bradford. Selena Duga, director at UH of Veteran Services Program, and Nancy Clark tonight. Welcome to all of you.
Second wagon belongs to the president's wife, and that is Randy Bowman. She's the wife of Dr. Chris Bowman. Her special guest tonight includes the Hogue family. Laura, Amberly, Caroline, Matthew, welcome to all of you. Then Beth Sartwell's on board, Pamela Gooberman, Lisa Sachs, Phyllis Pike, Taylor Hatfield, and Jamie Fugate, all in the president's wife's wagon.
Wagon number 3, our executive office guests and dignitaries. We have Greer Beasley and Adriana Novia, Ted Plisco and Taylor Tripp, along with the Massads. That's Nick, Vicky, and Nick. Margot Kaplan, thank you for joining us in wagon number 3. That is sure to be a memory.
Well done, Cowboys. I want y'all to be seated if you're still standing. We'll have a moment to re-invite you to join us when we take a moment for God and country. Please be seated, sit back, put your boots up. I want to welcome the Cowboy Channel tonight, around the world or just locally, wherever you might be out there. I'm saluting tonight the University of Houston, the Houston Metro Go Texan subcommittees. That's Alif, Southwest Brazoria, Southwest, Cypress, Fairbanks, Tomball, Magnolia, and Montgomery. Everybody knows what we're going to tonight. Russell Dickerson will be in the house in a few minutes. What a beautiful grand entry. Hasn't even rained yet. Look at there, Andy. It looks somebody washed the fire trucks today.
They wash them every day, Bob. That's part of the committee's job for the grand entry. You guys have been talking about your dog Mopples, the Dalmatian, but tonight we got a cougar. That's right, there's a cougar riding on the fire trucks from the University of Houston.
Oh, I heard that. She's a cougar. Wow. I don't know if cougars and Dalmatians actually get along or not, but
there's the
there's
cougar.
the cougar right there.
He's got his basketball uniform on. It is basketball season. Another great-looking group of people for the 4th night of the 2026 Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. When you talk about people, think about over 36,000 volunteers that come together to make all this happen.
Who do you think would win in a wrestling match, Howdy or the Cougar?
The cougar.
Okay.
Yeah, cougar's got teeth. Wow, did you hear that?
He's more mobile, too.
Just, it's a hypothetical.
I know, but I've seen Howdy try to fight, and he's got little short arms. He can't even kick. He's heavy in the bottom.
Oh, the Serpentine Ride. Look at all those beautiful cowboys and cowgirls of horseback. So many committee members that volunteer, take care of the horses, feed them, bathe them, clean their stalls, saddle them. So it's just one of the, just nearly 40,000 now volunteers that staff the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo each and every year, and there are those who concentrate solely on the Grand Entry Parade.
You know, there's 550 members in the parade committee, did an awesome job last weekend. Beautiful weather, everything was good, but 600 people working 3 different divisions of the Grand Entry Committee. Look at all, there's hundreds of horses to take care of every day.
How do you have a meeting, a committee meeting, with 550 people in the room? See, to me, that's a party. That's not a meeting.
It takes a lot of, starts with coffee and ends with beer.
Okay.
One of my favorite committees to brag on is contestant services. Nowhere else will these contestants go somewhere and get treated like they do here at Rodeo Houston?
Yeah, so if you're a cowboy and you're a saddle bronc rider, and you got your saddle bronc saddle and your shaps, it's a load. It's a load, and you're parked off, darn near to the Woodlands. And then they come up and pick you up in a golf cart and haul you all the way inside Reliance Stadium. Got your family with you? Have them hop on, too. So, no, that's just one of the many different things they do with contestant services, and it's just cool.
I don't know if this crowd or not would recognize the name Gene Autry. Oh, from the days of single cameras in Hollywood, guitar picking and music. Well, Gene Autry was one of the original rodeo producers here, and those saddles that now belong to Chase and Binion Survey and the Circle I Rodeo Company, they rode downtown. They rode in the Astrodome, and now they ride in NRG Stadium. That's real silver, folks. Those saddles weigh about 130 pounds apiece. Good job, ladies.
And $90 an ounce, 12 ounces.
Yeah, silver's up.
Friends, at this time, we'd ask that all of you would stand. And gentlemen, would you please remove your hats and join me in a moment of silence in honor of Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo board members and officials who have passed in the previous year. Thank you. Please remain standing for our invocation. It'll be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance and our national anthem. Our invocation tonight will be given by Carla Martinez.
Please join us for our prayer tonight. Dear Heavenly Father, we come before you today with grateful hearts. Thank you for the opportunities placed in our lives and for the communities that come together to make them possible here tonight. We give thanks for the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, for the dedication, perseverance, and hard work it represents. We are grateful for all who labor both behind the scenes and in the spotlight, the organizers, volunteers, performers, vendors, sponsors, and countless others who come together in service of something greater than themselves and in support of our community. We ask for your protection over them and everyone else gathered here tonight. Please grant them safety, strength, and peace of mind as they carry out their roles with courage and dedication. Bless the leaders, families, and supporters who invest in the next generation. May their generosity continue to open doors and change lives. As we move forward, guide us in our studies, our work, and our service to others. May we pursue an excellence with integrity and use every opportunity to give back. In your name we pray, amen.
Amen, and thank you for that. Caleb from Kitty Academy Daycare will lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance, followed by our nation's anthem, the Star Spangled Banner, performed by Jessica Sanchez. And carrying our nation's flag, Shelby Pearson.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Happy birthday, America.
Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, can prove through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say in the home of the brave.
Amazing salute. Thank you to Cavender's Boot City for making it possible. Hi, guys. We're about 90 seconds away from joining Space City Home Network Live, Telemundo Television Live. We're already live on the Cowboy channel. But as we have a few seconds before we get to the opening of our television product, I want to ask both Bob and Andy, here we are starting a new Super Series. Whether you're a veteran or a rookie, are you nervous?
Well, you ought to be nervous. We're going to pay out $2.5 million, but it's the type of competition we have here in the bracketed system. You can be nervous, make a mistake, and then, Andy, you can come back and settle your nerves and still win it.
Well, when you talk to these athletes, the one thing that a lot of them say is you need to be aggressive in round number one. If you're going to make a mistake, let it happen in round number one, because that's usually the easiest round of competition.
And besides that, then you know what you're up against. If things do go bad in round number one, then you know how to bounce back. So look, we need a little help from all of our fans here tonight. When we do join our television product, when it starts right at the top of the hour, you're going to see an opening video called Welcome to the Show. Just like any other TV show you'd watch on television, it has its opening video that plays before the actual programming begins. Well, at the end of that video, you're going to see and hear this legend, this Rodeo Houston Hall of Famer, Bob Tallman, say, "Hello, Houston," the way only Bobby T can do it. When you hear him say, "Hello, Houston," we want NRG Stadium to erupt so that we can prove to everybody the best rodeo fans in the game are in the Bayou City of Houston, Texas. Stand by, y'all. We're about 10 seconds out.
Oh, Houston, let's go! Look at those long legs fly! There's a party going on around town. It's one rowdy cowboy throwdown here in H-Town, where we're stronger than a hurricane.
What an outstanding competition.
From miles around, the best of the best come here to put their tough to the test. Give it all for gold or go home broke.
Holy smokes, that's a lot of horse.
Welcome to the show, welcome to the home of the world's biggest rodeo, where the stars light up the night underneath that Texas sky. Look at that. Are you ready for a ride? Yeah, you better buckle up and hold on tight, where the Bayou City streets meet the country roads. Welcome to
A hard-running steer, but he handles it.
Welcome to the show. That's perfect.
And here we go.
Hello, Houston! I just love to do that.
We love hearing it.
Howdy, everybody. I'm Bob Tallman, along with Boyd Paul Hamas and Andy Seilers. This is my brains and brilliance, and it's an honor. I feel like we're actually into the flow of things now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Super Series number 2, performance number 1. We've already been through one championship night. So what do you say we buck them hard and get after the money?
Right. This is just a second set of contestants that are coming to Houston. They'll get their first chance to compete tonight. And for me, Bobby T, when I look at this lineup, I can't wait to see the last two events. The number 1 ranked breakaway roper in the world is a rookie named J.C. Hammonds. And then the number 1 ranked bull rider is a 22-year-old kid from South Dakota named Mason Moody. They're both up tonight, number 1 ranked in the world, and I can't wait to see how they perform at Rodeo Houston.
Fantastic synopsis of our final 2 contests, but you guys are going to make fun of me for this. That's okay. Team roping is where I'm looking to two guys that are world champions, but they've never won this rodeo. Caleb Driggers and Junior Nogueira have never won Rodeo Houston, and that shocks me to my core. I hope this is the year.
Yeah, I did too. I'd love to see those two guys take home the guitar and the saddles. Let's go down to the arena floor to the Cowgirl that'll be bringing you all the inside information from down on the dirt. This is Janie Johnson.
Thanks, Boyd. Across the arena is the star stage where Russell Dickerson will be playing later on, but I'm on the back of the buck and shoots, and you're going to notice this young man right here. This is world champion Rocker Steiner, and I want to flash back to a year ago where Rocker Steiner in the championship round goes 91 points on Agent Links to win Rodeo Houston and over $65,000. That great ride, that huge win went on to carry him to a world championship in December. He is back here at Houston chasing yet another title, but I'm all about family traditions here at Rodeo Houston. We're also going to see his older sister Steely competing at her first Rodeo Houston in the barrel race. So let's go Family Steiner tonight.
Amen, and with all due respect to the Rocker, Steely's prettier. Okay, let's go to our first contest of the night. It is the tie-down roping, and it's brought to you by our friends at Boot Barn. Look at this guy. You're going to see him tonight, too. He's won this rodeo 2 out of the last 3 years. He's a 3-time and reigning world champion. But look at that gauntlet. Ryan Jarrett won this rodeo a little over a decade ago. Both him and Monty Lewis are world champions. So it's going to be fun watching. Let's get things kicked off with RJ. Ryan Jarrett, Comanche, Oklahoma. Notice he doesn't have a piggin string in his mouth. Everybody else will have a piggin string in their mouth. But RJ carries it tucked into his belt, blocks the calf. Dan Hansey said to me and Mr. Tallman, should be an interesting pen of calves, and a 13.2. So, Andy, we're going to be able to point this out with the rest of the ropers, but I've always wondered why Ryan didn't carry the rope in his mouth.
Sometimes it's like when a guy has problem putting when you're playing golf. Like, if it gets in your way or it works for you one time, you just keep going. It feels more comfortable to you. And for him, he doesn't like pulling it out of his mouth, puts it in his belt loop, works better for him.
Well, it's germ-free when it's in your belt loop as well. Just thinking.
So
Macon Murphy.
Hygiene could be a part of the decision, I agree.
Oh, Kichi, Louisiana. He's got a sister that ropes. This is a roping family. Now, he's 17th in the PRCA World Standings, okay? Right now, that doesn't mean a whole lot. We're just getting our season into the big winter rodeos at Texas Swing. He's got a lot of chance to make it up. NFR in 22, Boyd.
Great athlete. Could have played college basketball as a point guard. Had a lot of Division II scholarship offers, but man, he drew a calf that could run like he was Seabiscuit. Nice groundwork, though. Good job making Murphy, the 26-year-old former college national champion. Andy and I watched him win it in 2021 in Casper, Wyoming, but you better have a fast horse if you're going to catch that calf.
Yeah, you guys were kind and interesting. This is a strong pin of calf. I mean, when you go all the way to the 50-yard line to be 11-4, Boyd's right. You better be mounted if you want to get money from round number 1. Let's see what White House, Texas can do with 23-year-old Hayden Ford. Got to watch him light up the night in Caldwell, Idaho in the Treasure Valley back in August. Won Santa Maria, California, Bobby T. You've been there quite a few times.
He did at the end of May. Already for the year, he's got a check at Fort Worth, Texas, San Antonio, Tucson. So he watched me back my golf cart into the wall tonight, and he said, I hope I rope better than that.
Oh.
Here you go.
Hard running calf for him as well. Taking one more swing. Now watch how he handles his slack. He wants that calf to be standing, and it is. A little bronky at the end of the line. And 12-1 puts him number 2.
Watch the rope. The rope. Forget about the hand. Watch the rope, because the horse is going to make this work. See how that rope stays taut? See how he blocks and that horse keeps backing up. A step a little here, just keep that rope taut. And that's exactly what the contestant needed to make the run he needed to make. 12-1 will slide him into the number 2 spot in the early going of round 1 in Super Series 2.
If you ever get some free time and you get a chance to talk to Monty Lewis, not only is he interesting, he's one of the most intelligent ropers you will ever meet.
I parked next to him in Nampa for a week. Our campers were side by side. He could have been an investment banker. This guy is shrewd and smart.
It seems we're all on the same track, and we have not rehearsed this conversation, folks. Monty Lewis, maybe 4 or 5 times in the last 15 years, the world champion. He doesn't want to talk about those things. He wants to talk about current events. 6 times we've seen him at the big show. That's the Wrangler National Finals. It now pays $15 million. Boyd and I watched him at Texas City, about an hour south of right here in Houston. In October to win it all. We'll get a reach.
So difficult, too, when a calf steps over to the right like that to make your horse track and follow. I mean, when you have calves changing direction, Boyd, the degree of difficulty is amplified.
Yeah, you go ahead. You take this replay because you saw it in real time.
That calf took a step to the right, so Monty has to move his horse over to the right, and it just throws his internal clock off. And that 12-5 is disappointing for a world champion, but the Hurricane will be back in round 2.
So many great memories, Bobby T and Andy, we have of calling memorable events at Rodeo Houston, but I would submit the 2024 finals for the championship when this guy, Joel Harris, and his brother Ty Harris tied for the win, and then they had to have a rope off. So they, in the final 4 on the championship day, they tied, had the same time, and then they had to rope, but they were both riding the same horse. So it was the best sports drama you're ever gonna watch. San Angelo, Texas. All right, here comes the 2-time NFR qualifier. He's a Cowboy of fate. Oh. Man, sometimes bad things happen to really good people. He's got a brother that's in the ministry, a sister that ropes, and now the calf's gonna kick free, so it's gonna be in no time. Andy, you said in the open, or prior to the open, that if you're gonna have bad luck, you'd rather have it on the first night than the last one.
For sure, and I can promise you everyone is circling that calf, Bobby T. They are gonna want that one because that's a good draw.
He's a pup. That's the same as saying he's the right one to have out of this pen of 8 calves. Ace Reese, folks, he's only 19 years old. You don't see him decorated with sponsors. Comes from Aquila, Texas. Won 6,000, Boyd, at Fort Worth. San Antonio got another 3,000. That's a lot of money.
He won Fort Worth. He was the overall champion.
Whoa!
No! Opposite thing that Andy talked about. This one went to the left. Make it up, Ace. Make it up, make it up, make it up. There you go. That's turning bad luck into good luck. This 19-year-old sophomore, he's a rookie. Tied one at 8-7 in Fort Worth, but that calf went to the left on him. But look at this groundwork. Just flawless. That only happens after spending hours in the practice pen. And ladies and gentlemen, the rookie takes the lead at Rodeo Houston. 10.4 for Ace Reese.
You don't think they aren't going to mark that calf? Moves to the left, to the left. Try to haze him a little more tomorrow night.
Well, we talked about the rodeo in Caldwell. Here's a man that lives there. Bo Pickett, Caldwell, Idaho. He's had his best season, his best winner so far after finishing second at San Antonio, where he tied his final calf in 7.4 seconds. He can be 2.9 longer and take the lead with only one more contestant to sweat.
6'1", 205. He's a big boy. His daddy Rich, Uncle D. Pickett. Pow! He fired it just the way he's supposed to do it. There's the flank. That horse pulled that calf right into his lap, and he's out of there. 10.9. If I'm correct, we're looking at a number 2 spot, boys. 10.9, and that calf's not going to kick free. That was a beautiful tie.
This has been a real good first round. Nobody's running away with it. I mean, they're all within a second or two of one another, and that's going to make the next two performances even more interesting. But, folks, imagine you're 22 years old, because that's how old this guy is, and you've already won Rodeo Houston twice in your career. He won this rodeo in 23. He won it last year. He's your defending champion, and he's won the world championship the last 3 years in a row. You know what he does when he's not roping? He ropes. That's all this guy does. Riley Webb, Denton, Texas. Champ of the world, got to get him up and clear him, got to get that hind leg up. Precious ticks on the clock. But look at that. Still going to be fast enough, even having to clear that calf. That's old Rudy. That's the horse of the year. That horse was voted the #1 tie-down roping horse in pro rodeo. And that's one of the big reasons he's a two-time defending Houston champ.
Look at the patience, too. I mean, to wait that calf out and make sure everything comes together. We are witnessing greatness right in front of us. As you watch the spin of the rope, the swing before the delivery, then you handle that slack as you dismount the horse. Use the piggin string to catch the front leg, gather them up, and tie. A look of disappointment when it doesn't go as planned. And an aw-shucked moment by Mr. Harris. But a great first night of tie-down roping as we get stacked up for you. Ace Reese, the youngster at the top with a 10-4, followed by Riley, Bo, and Macon. Super Series 2, Round 1, Boot Barn brings you the tie-down ropers.
This is the Rodeo Houston Super Series. Here's how it works. We invite 40 of the top athletes in each of our 8 events. They're divided into 5 Super Series. Each one of those events is 3 rounds. At the end of the 3 rounds, the highest money winner is crowned the Super Series champion. They receive custom boots courtesy of Alberta Boot Company Outfitters and a custom Les Paul style electric guitar created especially for Rodeo Houston Super Series champions. Out of each of the 5 Super Series, the 4 highest money winners advance to one of our 2 semifinals. There are 10 athletes in each of the semifinals. We take the top 4 from semifinal 1 and semifinal 2 and advance them to the championship. The 6 that do not advance from each semifinal round get another chance. They'll go to one of our 2 wild card competitions. The winner from each wild card will advance to the championship for a shot at the $65,000, with a total purse of over $2.5 million. That's how the revolutionary Rodeo Houston Super Series works.
Hey, hey, get ready. The bareback riding is coming up next.
Hey folks, if you're 21 or older, pledge to rodeo responsibly as the Miller Lite designated driver. Scan the QR code and receive a complimentary fountain drink or bottle of water. Responsibility has its rewards. Always plan for a safe ride home.
Wanting to say thank you to Cavender's Boot City for sponsoring our hardworking arena crew. There they are, down on the dirt, on the chutes, in the chutes, making it all work behind the scenes.
Hey, we would love to have you with us every day inside NRG Stadium. We realize that y'all have a job, and that may not be possible. But don't forget, we are on the Cowboy channel every night. We're on the Space City Home Network. We're also equally excited to be on Telemundo, of which we have 2 of the best Spanish-speaking sports broadcasters in the game. Say hello to Enrique and Luis. Gentlemen, welcome to Rodeo Houston.
Sí, saludos amigos, a todos bienvenidos a Rodeo Houston 2026. Los invitamos que nos acompañen durante todo el rodeo en la aplicación de Telemundo, Texas, RodeoHouston.com, también con toda la acción de cada noche aquí en español.
Caballeros, please download the Telemundo Houston app and watch every performance and learn some Spanish along the way. Now, Bob, Boyd, and Andy, I know that you guys speak a little Spanish, so un saludo muy especial for you. Please pull the app immediately.
We will get on it immediately as they are on it immediately. Ho, ho, ho. The ladies are psyched. because they're ready to watch some bareback bronc riding competition. It's brought to you by Chevron, and Janie talked about him in the opening. There he is, Rocker Steiner. Great-granddad Buck. Great, and then great-granddad Tommy. Granddad Bobby, Sid Rock, and now he leads the field that includes NFR finalist Broussard. A nice night of bareback bronc riding. As we get started, it looks like we're going to roll up from chute 10 to 11 as Ben Kramer gets ready to start us from Max, North Dakota.
Boyd, you would remember this kid in your later years in Minot. He was just a rookie when we started. Max, North Dakota, not a big town. 2 years ago, he left there as the Badlands Circuit champion. He started when he was about 18 years old. Had long blonde hair. We used to tease him about it. This is the horse called Wyatt Earp. They were 88 points on this horse here a year ago.
So they're trying to avoid this. That's why you saw Binion Survey, our stock contractor, right over the top of chute number 11. He rolled this horse from chute 10 to chute 11. Now, why did he do that? He didn't want the horse to squat, okay? But that's on Ben too. He's got to get out of there. There you go. Turn those toes out. The Badlands are riding hot in the Bayou City. Wyatt Earp, former NFR bucking horse. That's a 24-year-old cowboy. He won the Cattleman's Day Rodeo in Gunnison, Colorado last year, along with the Rough Rider Cup in Dickinson, North Dakota. He's going to set the bar for the bareback riders on night one of Super Series 2. If you look at that grimace, 77 points. Probably wanted to be in the 80s. That's going to be the goal of everybody else.
As our pickup men take care of the horses, Tyler Kraft, Randy Britton, Chase Servey, and Taos Muncie take you to Mondovi, Wisconsin, and 25-year-old Nick Pelkey. The standout at Missouri Valley College has a horse that is a veteran from the Servey string called Control Freak. Back in the day, they won the $50,000 on this National Finals Rodeo horse, but now this horse really just lets you show off.
You and Boyd watched him be in the mid-80s on this horse at the Snake River Stampede last July in Nampa, Idaho. Oh, they used to be in July, now they moved it to June. Watch. Set, kick, now you got it. There's the rhythm. You hold money every time his feet hit the ground. That's pretty, boy. Good job, Nicky.
Well, that horse has been to the national finals 5 times, but she's lost a step, maybe a little one. She doesn't quite kick as high and hard as she did when she was in her prime, but she's still a money horse, and Pelkey is going to be 1.5 points better than Ben Kramer, so we're looking at 78.5 for the curly-headed kid from the Badgerland of Wisconsin.
He doesn't need a perm with that kind of hairdo. Esterwood, Louisiana's Taylor Broussard. Big Ben, another Survey horse for the 3-time NFR qualifiers. Now, we haven't told you yet, but half the score comes from how well the cowboy rides, the other half for how hard the horse bucks.
Great point. So let's judge the degree of difficulty on this horse. Does he kick high and hard out the back end? Does he change directions on the front end? And if he does all those things, does the cowboy stay square in the center and beat him to the ground with his spurs on the front end? If you do all that, you get a score like this. 82 points for Broussard. And the degree of difficulty on that horse was where it needed to be.
That man's got a very, very famous life in his home country of Louisiana. They're in the crawfish business. Little town of Blackfoot, Idaho, beautiful country, sends a Sage Allen. Now, I watched him last July win everything there was to win at Billings, Montana. You watched him at Angelo, just 22 years old, and the reigning Resisto Rookie of the Year. Oh, Riptide. There, stack them up for him. That'll help. Yeah. Woo! Oh, you want degree of difficulty, Boyd.
But that rigging's slipping. It looks like this horse has got such a wide back that there's hardly any withers on this horse. Watch his rigging move a little bit during the ride. It starts to slip up over the top of the wither. You see that? And that's because that horse is so round, very heavily built. He's lucky to survive that, because if that rigging would have went out of the neck of the horse, that's when things get ugly. 66 points, and Sage ain't happy. Isn't happy. My grammar school teacher, I apologize.
Well, that's all right. Got a belly on him like an old rodeo announcer.
Speak for yourself.
Right.
Velva, North Dakota's Carson Hildry. Got a national finals paint horse from the Cervies called Dream Machine. And how many different places have we seen big paychecks come off an 8-second ride?
This horse is amazing. Now look, this kid is young. He's 19 years old, but he's been going to the Cinch World's Toughest. Like, he was 85 points in St. Paul at the Cinch World's Toughest there, then 84.5 at the Cinch World's Toughest in Des Moines. He's a Badlands Circuit Finals qualifier. And it looks like because that horse is throwing a fit, we saw Binion tell the guys in number 5 with the pink hat, "You're up." What is in the water today with the horses?
I don't know. The sun's shining. No rain expected before Saturday, so must be the chlorine.
Hey, let's go down. Janie's got one of our Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm down here with Taylor Broussard. You're at the top of the leaderboard right now, but this is a 3-round Super Series format. What was kind of your strategy to kick things off?
I'll just go out there and do my job. There wasn't much on that horse, so I just went out there, did my job, and hopefully it pays off.
Yeah, that ride was a little bit of a battle there for a second.
Yeah, he kind of pulled me forward a little bit. Kind of was a slower horse. I had to go fast, even though she was going slow.
Hey, you did your job when you're at the top of the leaderboard for Taylor Broussard.
From that Cajun to another, Cade Saunier, the son of an NFR saddle bronc rider and saddle maker. He's number 16 in the world. 2 trips to the NFR himself. Red Rum, the horse from the Cervies.
Okay. Andy, you try to hold on with your feet, right?
Yeah.
He couldn't hold on with his feet. Watch, they just keep blowing away from the horse. And that gets him off his rigging right there. He was trying to mash and his heels in and hold on to the neck of the horse, but that horse just blew him off like he was made out of steel.
Well, Red Rum, a little tip of the cap to the Stephen King novel. 76 would be the verdict for Cade. You could see that disappointment on his face, Bobby G. That's not what he wanted.
Well, we've got 3 shots at the Cajun Cowboys tonight. I'm going to go to Church Point, Louisiana. No, let's go back to Carson Hildry. Here's the 19-year-old from Velva, North Dakota, 10 miles from Minot. Yeah. Now he got the right start that he wanted. Look how quick his feet are. That's fire. Jump, kick, feet. That's pretty, Andrew.
And you see why he put the extra effort in to make sure he got that horse. That Dream Machine is exactly up to its name. Same trip, almost exact every time. 82 points. He's tied at the top with Taylor Broussard.
Hey, Waylon Bourgeois, I need an 82.5 or better, Cowboy. And if there's ever a guy that could deliver on a request, it's Waylon Bourgeois. This is a family full of Cowboys out of Church Point, Louisiana. He's got a horse called Small Town Scandal. Now, 1 year ago, Mason Clements rode this horse in this room for 82.5 points. 5'8", 170 pounds, coming off his first trip to the NFR. He won 131,080 seconds on bucking horses in Las Vegas. Here comes Waylon, 26 years young. Look at those feet. Look at the control. Look at the toes turned out. Nice.
Well, you told him he had to be 83 points or better in order to go to the lead, and that would be to beat another Louisiana Cowboy at 82. The control would be the word that Boyd just used. It is so important. Oh, we're going to have him tied up now At control took him to an 82. Quite respectable. I don't mean to overuse that word tonight.
Well, we got a three-way tie at the top. And before we go to the next guy, Rocker Steiner, Janie and I bumped into him in the hallway, and he goes, "Hey, I got this horse named Deuce Bigelow." I said, "Yeah, you ever seen the movie?" He goes, "Oh, that's a movie?"
Oh, no.
Yes.
Andy, for the first time in your life, you know what it feels like to be old.
Yes, I do.
Because me and Bob get that all the time. All right, here's your defending champion of Rodeo Houston, the 5th generation cowboy out of the first family of rodeo, the Steiners. Whoa! Little brown and white paint.
Here come Rock. Here come Rock. Here come Houston. This is your reigning champion. He needs to hear from you.
So I got a little nervous because I was afraid that horseman went down to his knees, but I don't see any orange flags, so that means the horse did not stumble completely down to his knees. Rocker trying to be 83 points, and it just got crowded at the top. Well, you talk about kissing your sister. That's the way it's going to look like here. Giving you a brief synopsis of the bareback bronc riding. It's an 80. What they're going to give him an option, you said now? All right, now they're giving him an option for a reride. He could take the 82 and split the win 4 ways. He'll talk to Binion Survey about the horse called Bandana Babe and then decide whether he wants to take 82 points off the board. What do you think, Rocker?
That person's just a warm-up.
I think he's still trying to find out a little bit more information on what the re-ride would be. Obviously, if he decides to take it, it would be right before the saddle bronc riding. So they are discussing it with our pro rodeo officials to see what he's going to do as they talk about Bandana Babe and Apple Pie. There's that look of intensity, fellas.
Yeah, if you don't think it's painful, just look at their grimace. They call it the most physically demanding contest in pro rodeo. And you better have your chin tucked, and you better be ready to take it at the end of your arm. And when you take the lead, it's not over till it's over. Here it is, folks. Crowded at the top, Broussard, Hildry, Bourgeois, and Steiner, all at 82 for the time being. And that was all brought to you by Chevron.
Oh, boy. Coming up next, it's Andy Seiler's favorite event tonight, team roping.
Thank you to Houston Methodist, the official healthcare providers for the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, and supporters of Rodeo Houston Sports Medicine, caring for our rodeo athletes.
Hey, did you know that captions are available on your mobile device at rodeohouston.com/captions? Folks, we're going to make it easy for you. Just point your camera at the QR code on the center screens, and it will take you directly to our closed caption mobile app.
Okay, folks, everybody, we're going to have fun with you. We're going to have fun with you with Carnival Cruise Line Cowboy Camp. We're going to find the live shot of somebody here at the rodeo, and then we're going to make an avatar of them either on a horse or on a ship. That's why it's Carnival Cruise Lines, right? There's the little cowboy. He's at the rodeo riding a Palomino. And then we take this little lady and put her up on the deck on a Carnival Cruise Line ship. All this. Oh, love that hair. It looks good both for real and in the avatar. How about this pretty lady? Looks like she's having fun on the high seas. And that's a cowgirl right there.
That is a great audience for a Thursday night here in Houston, Texas. As the action continues, we bring them in pairs. Team roping time. Thank you to our friends at Corral Boots for sponsoring our tandems. If you go back 340 plus days, you would find these two leaving as the champs. That is Coulter Todd and Derek Begay. They are not in this series. We'll see them a little bit later on, but look out. There's past champion Buddy Hawkins, past champion Chad Masters, another very talented field of team ropers.
Hi there. Put your eyes on Colton Schmidt and Chase Tryon. Fire at the horn catch. Got him. 2 toes. Got him. That's a good way to start it. 31-year-old Colton Schmidt of Barhead, Alberta, Canada, teaming up with 37-year-old Chase Tryon of Helena, Montana. 6-1 is a very respectable time, especially if you're the first team to go and have to set the bar.
Okay, Clay Schmidt comes from Broken Bow, Oklahoma. Nikki Northcott, we've watched 2 generations of this family. Stephenville, Texas. We've already seen part of the family at the head end on the gray horse here. Nikki! Slides a leg. That kid at the heel end might be the toughest high school and junior rodeo champion that I've ever seen in competition. Take it with 11-6. That includes a 5-second penalty for only roping one hind foot.
Great analysis, Bob. Luke Brown and Buddy Hawkins, the next team to go. Luke from Rock Hill, South Carolina, has been to the National Finals Rodeo. Why do we keep referencing that? That's our Super Bowl. You cannot win a world title without going to the National Finals Rodeo. Now, Luke, at 51 years of age, has been there 16 times.
And I'll just add that most guys dream of going once.
Yeah.
You can make it one time, it's like a dream come true. There's a guy, as you're pointing out, that's played in it 16 times and won the MVP 3 times.
That's right. Buddy Hawkins, that's the man on your screen in the red shirt. He is the healer. He's been there 7 times. Won the title here at Rodeo Houston back in 2024 with JC Aquo. If you add just their rodeo earnings together, they're creeping up on the $5 million mark. Add jackpots and be another $2 or $3 million to go with it. Luke's got the horns. Buddy taking a quick shot. 5.8, a clean run, and there in the driver's seat.
Now, Boyd and I referenced on the calves and the calf roping. These steers are fresh to us, Super Series number 2. So they'll try to figure them all out tonight. That would be a nice steer to have in any round, Boyd.
I don't like the way he went left, Bob. I wouldn't want that steer myself personally just because he cuts you off. This is the team that Andy was talking about in the opening ceremony. 2-time world champion Caleb Driggers, 3-time world champion Junior Nogata. Never won Rodeo Houston, but they've won everything else. The American, you name it. And this has got to be on their bucket list. Driggers is now 36 years old. This team together doing this won $170,000 a man in Las Vegas, just competing 10 nights in a row, just roping steers, $340,000 as a team. Junior is from São Paulo, Brazil, the first Brazilian ever to win a world championship. Here we go.
It's a pop.
Yeah. That's how if you want to, scratch it off your bucket list, start with a 5 flat.
That's just so solid. I mean, when you draw a good steer, it's one thing to draw him, it's another to use him. They both take one more swing to make sure it all works out. Now, when we were preparing for this next team, I love it for young Jace Helton because you get to match up with a 2-time world champion. If you want to learn how to play the game, Chad Masters is a great partner to have.
Well, and they qualified by winning the Fort Bend County Fair and Rodeo. Masters won this rodeo back in 2008. 18 years ago was the last time Chad won it. But that 6-3 is going to put him in the conversation. He's currently 4th right now with Jace Helton, the 23-year-old. But Andy, you're right. I see that a lot. Just like, look at Luke Brown with, or Clay Smith with Nikki Northcott, yeah. Right? Veteran header, bringing along a young heater. We see that a lot.
That started to be popular about 10 years ago. Go to the 23-year-old at the head end cash duty. He's from Weimar, Texas. Jake Edwards lives at Fort Ann, New York. That's the guy on the left of your screen, and he comes out here, stays with us all summer long. Boy, did he reach a country mile for that one. Look out! New York City sticks it on him for 2. Take that, boys, 6. That's a good solid run in round 1.
Top 3 time there at 6 flat. That Jake Edwards, too, has not only won the California Circuit Finals, he's also won the First Frontier Circuit Finals.
And they're only like 4,000 miles apart. He went through high school and college in New York. Then he goes out and he wins Sonoma, California, Norco, California, Folsom, California, and the California Circuit title. Look out for this Tanner Tomlinson kid. You want to talk about range? I don't know how many y'all are off the tee box can hit a long ball, but this guy can hit a long ball off the tee box. His partner, Kobe Payne, these guys are both young. 25-year-old header, 27-year-old healer. Mineral Wells, neck catch, that's legal. Steer handles a little differently, though. And so the champions of Denver will get no money in round 1 here. But going back to the philosophy that Andy talked about earlier, you're going to have bad luck, have it in round 1.
Get it out, get it over with, get her done, come back. That neck catch that Boyd referenced a moment ago that makes them swish. They don't handle the same as if you don't rope them clean around the horns. Corey Kidd, let's see you rope one clean around the horns. North Carolina and Marshall, Texas with Will Woodburn at the back end. Let's see how this works, guys.
Corey coming off a big win at Jackson at the Dixie National just a few weeks ago. Will Woodfin finished in the top 2 at Fort Worth, so they're number 3 and number 5 in the world, respectively. Yeah! Woodfin won San Angelo a year ago. Long reach on the front. Willie Boy, clean it up.
Wow.
There's a lot of rope in between the two of them, Boyd.
Wow, that was a Hail Mary. Folks, when this run is over, if we can see it on the replay, watch how little rope is left in the header's hand. This brindle steer is running so hard, you got 30 foot of rope. He used his 29 feet and 6 inches of it. He's barely got any rope left after he made the dally around the saddle horn. He threw it so far. But they're going to get a leg in the field, and that will leave him in at 10-7.
Well, it's a good event to watch. It's the richest rodeo event on the American quarter horse in the world. Team roping. Half the team caught, the other catches as well. There's the dally, smoke him a little bit. Good stop, there's your smoke. He didn't mean to do that. That steer took it all on the other end. Triggers and Nogueira, you were talking, can they do it? 6 to the lead, 2 and ahead. Hawkins, Edwards, boys, you guys got a rope tomorrow. I want to say thank you to Corral Handcrafted Boots.
We are about to buck 'em in the bronc riding. Saddle bronc riding when we come back to the Bayou City.
Hello amigos, this is your telenovela friend Gabriel Soto. And my friends at La Michoacana Meat Market want y'all to have an amazing time at the rodeo. If you're drinking, celebrate responsibly. Plan ahead, choose a designated driver, or get a safe ride home. Because at La Michoacana Meat Market, we care about you and our community. Enjoy the show.
Check out the best seats in the house, the chute seats, presented by Chenier, right behind the bucket chutes.
Guys, it is autograph time at the Rodeo Fan Zone, brought to you by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. We're in section 103 and 124. You definitely want to check this out every day for your chance to get a belt buckle. But look at these amazing fans. There's your belt buckle just for you, and you can get autographs signed by the biggest names in pro rodeo. We have Rodeo Royalty. That's Miss Rodeo America. Follow me this way. We have Miss Rodeo Texas. We have Tight on Roper Money Lewis. And we also have the biggest name in rodeo, Houston's favorite, Leon Coffey. This is the best place to be in Houston, the Fan Zone.
Of course it is. This way you get to meet everybody, not just some of them.
Exactly, and you get autographs, you get to have a lot of fun. Like I said, section 103, section 124, the Rodeo Fan Zone. We We'll see you here every day at Rodeo Houston.
Outside the building, the carnival is in full force on this gorgeous Thursday evening in southeast Texas. You'll recall in the bareback riding, our defending champion was fighting his head about whether he wanted to take the 82 points off the board and decide to see if he could be 82 and a half. And let's confirm, I believe this is the horse called Bandana Babe.
It is. Yes, we do have Bandana Babe, and I just want to confirm with you two, since you don't have children, you don't get a re-ride at the carnival. You have to use tickets every time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, really? I'm still going. The food. I got to keep up my waistline.
I don't know how Andy knows that. He's not tall enough to ride any of them.
That's the deal. Rocker! Are you ready, Houston? Let's ride with the red. He's going for the green. Steiner time. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He made the right decision.
Off his hat.
Can he break up the four-way tie? And I'm telling you, Bandana Babe got stronger as the ride went on.
Yeah, well, it certainly got more treacherous. She's a little bit user-friendly here at the beginning. Look at me just jump and kick. But then as Andy pointed out, when that hat got caught between her hind legs, she just got nasty about it. He's going to lose a point. 81 for Rocker. So instead of splitting first 4 ways, he's going to end up with a 4th place finish. And if you're wondering what he thinks about it, I think the mystery has been solved.
So much for thumbs up. Bronc ride time. That'll tell you the story right there, boys. Put a saddle on him, not a rigging, and we say thank you to Energy Transfer. That's who brings you this event. Let's go to Rider Right. Nobody rides him any better, and nobody is righter than right. But tonight, Regan Smith, the kid, Pollock, NFR, the veteran Isaac Diaz. Pick any one of them, boys. Stetson's on my pick. Here you go.
Regan Smith of Winterset, Iowa, the Mortician. The horse they won the ride-off on a year ago with Rider Right. Nice bay horse for the past champion of the College National Finals and the 2020 Rookie of the Year. As he dismounts, I promise you he will have a smile on his face after a ride like that.
Well, when you're first, it's your job to put pressure on the rest of the field. And he did that. 84 points. And he's clapping his hands together. That's exactly what he wanted. Let's go to a man who's from Bobby T's hometown, Winnemucca, Nevada, but now lives in Twin Falls, Idaho. He's only 5'7" and 145 pounds, but it's all Cowboy. Mitch Pollock. Watch this horse take some rain. Duck that head down in between those knees. Mitch went to the national finals in 2019. That is Gal Pal. They won the Rodeo of the Ozarks on that horse last year. And Mitch is kind of like wine. He gets better with age. But that 84 is going to be tough to catch. Turn those toes out. The money's in the mane. The higher you can get up into the hair on that horse's mane, the more points the judges are going to give you for your footwork. 78 for Mr. Pollock, now living in Twin Falls, Idaho.
A moment ago when I referenced Isaac Diaz as a veteran, I'm not saying by age. This guy's 39 years old, rides like he's 19. We watched him in college rodeo win a title before he went to his first NFR. Born and raised in Florida and now lives in Texas. Watch this jumping kicker, Andy.
Wilhelmina is the horse going straight down the pen. Isaac and I high school rodeoed together. He may be the better athlete, but I still think I could beat him in a foot race.
He's a 3-time Florida high school saddle bronc riding champ.
Yes, he is. 7-time NFR qualifier, and the millionaire that married an NFR barrel racer will turn in 78 and go round number 1.
So I had to call a guy that I respect a lot, knows a lot about the Cowboys in South Dakota, to find out who is this kid called East and West. Well, it turns out his uncle Brandon won around here one year. His dad Zach is ridden here. And this is the next hot shot out of South Dakota in the bronc riding. He won the Badlands Circuit Finals as well as the Permit Finals. And I didn't even get to the best part. His grandma was the 1964 world champion barrel racer. It runs in this guy's blood.
Well, also in his blood is the way he turns his toes out. Look at the contact as you watch that in that replay, folks. He is the real deal for 83.5, the number 2 spot.
Now there's another guy with South Dakota blood.
That's Shorty Garrett, and the Garrett family runs very deep, especially on the bareback riding side.
Yeah, but don't forget, he's also a descendant of Casey Tibbs, who is the statue outside of the Hall of Fame. He's kin to the Holloway family out of the Badlands, and an extreme saddle bronc riding champ.
Well, he has to be excited about Fancy Frank, the horse that comes out of world champion Lunatic Fringe. Look how low the horse keeps its head. The nose almost scraping the ground, but he has the same exact trip each and every time we see him, Boyd.
He's out of Lunatic Fringe, and he's probably, now this horse is solid as far as honest in the way that he bucks, but our judges are going to want a little more leg extension on the back end than we're getting on that one, but hey, they liked it a lot better. 82.5 for Shorty. So now it's Reagan Smith, Easton West, and Shorty Garrett in the 80s. Pollock and Diaz outside looking in at 78 points.
That is a great list of young guns as we go to another youngster at the age of 24, Cash Wilson. It's all about South Dakota tonight. We're going to stay hooked. St. Paul, Oregon is one of the biggest rodeos on the 4th of July. He won it all. This is Tony Montana. That's a horse.
See all those orange flags go flying?
Yep.
If you're up there in the audience and you look down and you see those orange flags, that's because the horse fell down. And the minute that horse falls down, as long as the Cowboy had made a legal ride up to the point of the fall, he's automatically going to get a re-ride because he's not going to get very many points because when the horse is down for 2 seconds, he's literally not bucking for 2 seconds. Now, Cash, what a year he's had. 85 in Gillette on New Year's Eve, 86 in Odessa, 85.5 in Des Moines. He's had a great start to January. How about this guy?
Ira Dickinson, we had a chance to ask him, tell me more about the horse you're on.
It's a horse that we had in Eagle, Colorado called Cress's Girl. We were 84 on it there. Hopefully we can do a repeat or do better.
Well, 84 here would tie him at the top. So let's see if we could get a little more out of the teach he got having this horse in Colorado. Way to hold those feet. One extra jump. A little back and forth, swooping to the left and the right. Ira continues to improve each and every time we see that gate swing open for him. I love this. Holds his feet, one extra jump. Now why? He wants to pick up the timing on this horse, and they will give a 75 for Mr. Dickinson, 75 for the product of Rock Springs, Wyoming.
So this might be the greatest Cowboy I've ever watched in a 40-year career of announcing rodeos. This is the unbelievable Stetson Wright. At 26 years of age, he's already won 10 world championships, $4 million. He's been the Rodeo Houston champion in the bull riding in 2022 with a 93-point ride. But we beat him up in the bull riding the other night. I was afraid he might have broken some ribs because he got kicked hard underneath his right armpit that night. And Stetson, a household name now in the world of professional rodeo. And we've seen guys like Trevor Brazil and Ty Murray and Larry Mahan and Joe Beaver and Roy Cooper, and there's been a lot of great athletes and great cowboys, but this kid is building his own resume
It's a little scary right now as this horse keeps kneeling down in there. I've said it 1,000 times, the most dangerous place in this arena on a bucket horse. Janie, have you got Riggin?
I do. I have Riggin Smith right here. He's #1 right now. You were the very first saddle bronc rider out. How do you have to approach that?
Just do the same thing every time. We try to keep it the same for us. That way the animal can do whatever it wants. As long as I do my job, I'll be all right.
Okay, let's talk about the last guy, Stetson Wright. He's about to go. That horse is laying down in the chute. What does chute procedure look like for him as he's about to nod his head?
For me, and I'm sure it's the same for him, you just have a checklist that you go through, and once you get to the bottom of that checklist, you nod.
Well, and I know that you're the #1 name up there. How awesome would it be to get a round win?
Oh, it'd be great. I love this rodeo. It's probably my favorite rodeo of all years, so I'd look forward to it.
Awesome riding.
Here's Stetson, nubbing the horse. Took a big swoop to the right, and from there, the fight is on. And Stetson is taking it to this blood red bay.
Andy, well said as you go play-by-play, jump for jump. But folks, watch his horse. I don't know if it's any stronger, but watch him gas it when he gets his feet underneath him. And you watch him gas it. Throws the rein at him, let her buck. Look how far he reaches. Toes turned out. Can I call it textbook? Well, of course. They liked it too. 83. 83. That'll put him in the top 3 right now.
I just like seeing him healthy. They call it the classic event in the world of professional rodeo. Again, you want to learn how to watch him, keep your eyes on the back feet of the horse and the toes of the cowboy. When Shorty Garrett puts on a clinic, it's worth watching. Beat him to the ground on the front end. Lift on that rein. Don't pull on it. Clap your hands on the rematch for Ira Dickinson. And you got to love that hair from Riggin Smith. His 84 points is a half point better than the young gun East and West. And Stetson Wright, along with Shorty Garrett, round out the top 4. Saddle Bronc riding brought to you by Energy Transfer.
Let's see how much muscle you're packing. Steer wrestling when we return at Rodeo Houston.
All right, let's get involved with Text to Win. Folks, it's time for Entertainer Trivia. Answer the question on the screen correctly for a chance to win season tickets. Did you hear me? Season tickets to the 2027 Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. Do it now.
Bucket list stuff. You gotta go up to the Texas Farm Bureau Insurance Fan Zone. Sections 103, 124. Meet the Hall of Famer Leon Coffey. Meet Miss Rodeo, Texas. Get your picture taken with some of the biggest names in the sport of rodeo. That is Texas Farm Bureau Insurance Fan Zone, sections 103 and 124.
Hey, look up at the video screens. Right now, we have the Carnival Cruise Line Cowboy Cam, and it's going to bring out the Wild West in you. Let's see which photos you turned in. Yes, sir. We got a cowboy on the party deck of the cruise ship. What about you, cowgirl? Doing a little bull riding? And finally, a beautiful lady on top of the cruise ship, smiling and waving on a sunny day.
We are back. Look at all those beautiful people in the front row. Having a big time taking a selfie. Steer wrestling is what they call it. The largest men in rodeo are ready to get a piece of the money from Mattress Firm. Now, Tucker Allen, the Houston winner, the world champion. He was here in Super Series #1. As we go into this tonight, Grant Peterson, a youngster from California. Seth Peterson, Levi Rudd. You want to bet on a Melvin? Let's go back to South Dakota.
Actually, we're going to start with California, right? This is Grant Peterson. Yep. Livermore, California. Shaved his beard. California Circuit Finals qualifier. He's won checks in Tucson, San Antonio, and Fort Worth this year. So those are some of the majors, and he's cashed in. 24-year-old Cowboy. Look at those shoulders, though. Broad-shouldered, big guy. Here we go. It's the big man's event. Left horn down, nose up. Toward that taco in 4.4 seconds. Great way to start it. Oh no, he broke the barrier.
Dang it.
Okay, what is that? What do you mean? What did he break? How did he break it? Well, you got to give the steer a head start. Every cowboy. You see that line in the dirt and that flag of orange? If the horse trips the barrier before the steer does, it's a 10-second penalty. And it's not a judgment call. You can tell by the way the barrier was tripped whether the horse broke it or the cow or the steer broke it.
So 14-4. Now we go to Chase Crane. Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Stands at 5'11", 215.
Look at those jeans sparkle.
Number 27 in the world. See if we can shine like a diamond. Coming out on the sorrel horse. Steer takes a step to the left. Chase has got him. 5 and 8. Oh, baby. I don't know what that's called, but I don't know that I can do it.
I don't know what it's called, but I like it.
Has a lot to do with youth, boys. He's a Cracker Jack, roll him. That'll work so much.
Oh, that's the sprinkler. He's doing the sprinkler.
I tried to dance like that, but I was out of water.
I love it, Chase. That was outstanding, buddy. That was great. All right, let's go to Big Cash Rob. How big? 5'10", 230. Former Resist All Rookie of the Year Award winner. 2024 NFR champion. That's Ty Erickson down there helping him get started. Here comes the Utah man. When he gets his hands on one, if he's clean, folks, he has moved into the #1 spot in a large way. 4.4 seconds for the 22-year-old Cowboy from Utah. Wow.
Okay. Let's put 5 years age on the next guy to Seth Peterson. Nunn, Colorado. Came from North Dakota. Now in Loveland, Colorado, where they have the Mountain State Circuit Finals, he was excelling. Got the money last fall at Brawley at the Cattle Call Rodeo in California. Got some money at Denver, Fort Worth, and San Antonio. He's 22 in the world, and he's in trouble.
That was a steer with a game plan.
No good, bugger.
Now remember, folks, everybody's going to mark that steer's number down. What's his number? 341. If you have this steer, you got to anticipate he'll set up because he's see ya. Hit the skids and the Cowboy goes by. That's also an opportunity, though. If you know the steer's going to do that, there was an opportunity, and maybe we'll see somebody take advantage of it in the future.
I think the side eye that steer was giving Grant might become a meme, too. Excuse me, Seth, not Grant.
You might have to learn how to talk cow and go visit with him before you start. Back to Louisiana, Andy.
Gavin Swallow. He calls Bunky home. 6'1", 220. Boyd and I watched him back in 2021 win the College National Finals in Casper, Wyoming. And it's been nothing but a great ascent for his young career. Last year, the champ in Mandan and Ogden took him to his first national finals. Steer takes one step to the left, and he is prepared at 4-9. Solid effort for the Cajun here in round 1. Moves him to number 2.
Gotta tell you, our timed events, tie down, team roping, steer wrestling, all of the events with the race against the clock have been pretty impressive. Right now, we got a 4-4, a 4-9, and a 5-8 with 3 Cowboys to go. Next up is Levi Rudd. He might be from Oklahoma, but he chooses to rodeo in California. He declared California as his circuit, and he's a California Circuit Finals qualifier. Now look out, this 33-year-old won a round in Fort Worth with a 3.6 second run.
He's had a good winter, Denver forwards, Kissimmee. Oh, he reached. Nothing wrong with that. He wanted him. Take it to 5 and 7 for Levi Rudd.
So this steer doesn't handle as fast as some of the others. Now, what does that mean? The way his back end comes around is slower than some of the other steers, costing him some very precious time.
It's kind of soggy, right?
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. I was waiting on Bobby T to make
Someone looked at me like I was doing his laundry or something.
No, when you looked at me, you don't normally say things like soggy.
Thought he was going to start talking about his oatmeal.
Oh, my goodness. Jace Melvin eats more than oatmeal. This Melvin family, 4 generations strong. Fort Pierce, South Dakota. You've got to have Cowboy on your license plate when you live in Fort Pierce or a Melvin. They rope. They're Linderman Award winners. They ride bulls. I've seen them ride broncs. But they are bulldoggers. 5'1", 215. At the age of 34. How about 5'11"?
Oh,
These
no.
mild notes. No, that steer ain't soggy. He's no good.
And did you see the steer wait and go, hey, are we done? Okay, now I'm leaving.
Okay, look at me. I got away.
This whole thing's turned soggy.
All right, y'all. Here's the biggest of the big men you're going to watch today. 6'1", 230 pounds, Cody Devers, Perryton, Texas. And when this man gets his hands on one, they're going down. 2-time NFR qualifier. He went there in 21 and 23. Got to be faster than 5'8" to get in the top 4. Oh, that's called a dog fall. So he's got to do it all over. That steer fell the wrong way. We call that a dog fall. And when the clock quits ticking, it stops at 12.4 seconds. Ooh, Chihuahua.
I want to jump on your comment, Boyd. Out of Super Series #1 in the team roping, calf roping, and in the bulldogging, I think we got a better set of cattle. When you rear up flicking like that, you better hang on. It's working now. Here we're going to go. Oh, fancy pants, drop it, get him. Here's Cash. Pull him around, lay him down. It's over. Oh, yeah, you can do the sprinkler. Oh, he says, my goodness, it could have been better than that. Cash Rob, proud to brag on you at the top. Swallow, Rudd, and Crane. They're going to get a piece of the money as well. Thank you to Mattress Firm.
Stay put, because the next competition you see is Cowgirls Barrel Racing next at Rodeo Houston.
Look at that. That's one of the exhibits you get to come out and see. Another reason if you don't have a ticket to the rodeo and the concert, still come out to the rodeo. This is called Fun on the Farm. We teach you where your tomatoes come from. That's right, the hen house. You got your breakfast eggs? We'll show you exactly where they come from. Onions, they grow in a garden. It's Fun on the Farm.
Lisa, when you're not rodeoing, what do you like to do?
I like to be home with my family because I'm on the road a lot, so some home time is very rewarding.
Hey girls, what's your favorite part about watching me compete in rodeos?
My favorite part about watching Dad compete is about him winning and him having fun.
Who's the worst driver with our traveling partners?
Wags. He does everything fast. He still wrestles really fast. He does everything fast. Takes curves too fast, everything fast.
Richmond champion, why is it that you sweat so bad before you ever even leave the locker room?
I'm sweating before I get to the locker room, Jess. It's just on riding days. I'm ready to go. No need to warm up or stretch. I just come this way.
Boy, You notice they didn't do that segment with us.
You're watching Rodeo Houston, and the fans are ready for the first of two women's events we will see here tonight. The barrel racing starts now, and in this Super Series, we're going to see a little bit of everything from multiple-time national finals rodeo qualifiers to first-time competitors here at Rodeo Houston. There's no doubt this setup, the best will rise to the top.
It's brought to you, the barrel racing that Jenny's talking about, by S&B Engineers and Constructors. 1 year ago, Cassie Mowry left Rodeo Houston and went on to win the World Championship. Great work. Moiken's a young gun. Steiner, that's the older sister to Rocker that you watch. Paige Jones, Wenda Johnson, all NFR qualifiers.
Three Forks, Montana is where it begins with Taylor Moikens. College national champ from Montana State. Look out for the Bobcats, they'll bite you. Won the Pendleton Roundup on the grass last year, going to her first national finals. Good turnaround barrel number one. A little wide around the second. Let's tighten them up, Miss Taylor. Now it's just a straightaway as she crosses the line and stops it at a 14.69. Solid start, gents.
Well, you're going to hear a lot about the Steiners in this Super Series. Hopefully they'll go on. 5 generations of the Austin-based family now live in Weatherford, Texas. This is Steely, following in the footsteps of her beautiful mom. Off and running, she's gonna go to the left first, a little wide, pick it up. Pick it up, pick it up, come on. You gotta beat your brother tonight. He won 4th, you gotta beat 3rd, go! Kick, 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 kick. 15 seconds flat for round 1.
Yeah, guys, as you take a look at this pattern, you definitely want to have a horse with a turn style, one that really wants to wrap a barrel. Here comes Laura Lee Ward. She is an awesome young cowgirl competing at her first rodeo. Houston, this is Flowbot. The great world champion Fallon Taylor is her mentor, and she is starting a good run. Nice close second. We bobbled it, but we're up still, headed into that 3rd. Woo, we are clean. That is a great way to start Rodeo Houston. And a 15.06, and they had a really great barrel right there, and you can see bobbled it. That could have cost them just a little bit of time right there.
Okay, let's go to a 3rd generation cowgirl. Recorded the fastest time in Denver. Sydney Graham of Abilene, Texas. College at Western Texas College in Snyder. Alameda left-hand barrel first. Little wide, it's weird for these horses when that fence is so far away from the barrels. You can touch them, you just can't tip them. Come on, let's ride with Sydney. Hustle! Whoa, 1490 will put her in the number 2 spot. Again, it's weird for these horses sometimes not to have that fence up close and personal, and that's why they sometimes go a little wide on that first barrel.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Boyd. That angle of that first barrel can be really tricky because it's blind when you're headed up that alleyway. You and your horse can't see exactly where the first barrel is until you're almost to that barrel, and there are no fences to work off of. About a 2/10 time difference between number 1 and number 2 after this first set. Taylor Moikens and Sydney Graham. We're going to take a look at where the difference in this 2/10 really was. One horse runs to the left, one horse runs to the right. That's Sydney Graham there on the left barrel. Taylor comes around that first. She was a little bit wide on her first, but started to make up for it. Here Sydney comes around that right barrel, bobbles it, makes a little bit of a time difference. Then they seem to be head-to-head going into 3rd, but Taylor caught up some speed, makes it around that 3rd just a little bit quicker, and that's where all the difference was for Taylor Moikens to be in that number 1 spot with that 14.69. We've talked about how this is a really tricky setup, but we have a lot of veteran barrel racers and veteran horses we're about to see run here, including Paige Jones, who's won many rounds and her Super Series out of Rodeo Houston before, and Wenda Johnson. It's gonna get fast, guys.
All right, we've got 2 from Oklahoma, 2 from Texas. The Okies run first. Paige Jones, Wayne, Oklahoma.
This is Paige, qualified to the National Finals Rodeo in 2023. Past Rookie of the Year. Won Iowa's championship rodeo in Sydney. Gauges her horse up the center alley. Checks him at barrel number 1. Nice tight turn. That's what Janie was talking about. One more turn to go. They're still standing. Full steam ahead. Come on, Paige. She will stop it at 14.72 by 3/100ths of a second. It is that close.
We have bragged on this next beautiful lady many, many, many times. 6 times in Las Vegas. Wenda Johnson, Pawhuska, Oklahoma, ended up 14th in the world. Watch this, from Kansas City to Ogden to Tremont, good on 2. She rides some of the best bred horses in the world. I wish she'd have cut about 3 foot off that last turn. Cost her about 2/10, 15.02.
All right, we're gonna get set for the young Jordan driver. This young barrel racer, only 23 years old. She had some horses to choose from, came here to practice at 6 o'clock in the morning, and Cyrus gets the call. I love this horse, and he loves to turn. This is the perfect setup for him here at Rodeo Houston. Woo! Oh, we wrapped that first barrel nice and close. You can bobble it, but you don't want to knock it over. Jordan is having to earn every bit of this run. Cyrus makes a clean run. Help her out. I think this is gonna be fast. Wow, extremely fast. 14.18 for Jordan. Guys, I said that horse could turn. New leader.
Not just a new leader, that's the fastest run of the entire rodeo, no matter what Super Series we're in. That was blistering. Now we turn. NFR champion by the name of Andrea Busby. Her husband, Jeff, her biggest fan. Busby Quarter Horses. She got a degree in nursing from Montana State University. Here she comes on the roan. Alameda left for Andrea. Needs to move up in those world standings to get back to the NFR for the 3rd time. Good job, Andrea. Looking good. How good is it? 14.72. It's a top 3 time. She's going to tie with Paige Jones.
How close can they get to the barrels without tipping them over, knocking them down, and getting a penalty? You want to be tight, because once the flag drops, you try to sneak past that barrel. Dig in the surface of the arena floor here at NRG Stadium as she gets by barrel number 2. Then once you make that final turn, drop your hands, smooch, whip, ride, do whatever you need to do. That's the fastest run of the rodeo yet for Jordan Driver in that 14.18. Taylor Page and Andrea will also get a really good check as we share our gratitude with S&B engineers and constructors. They brought us the barrel racers.
We are ready to go right to the next ladies' event. You're going to love it. Cowgirls roping in the breakaway roping. And it's all brought to you by Oxy. There is the lady Taylor Munsell. Okay, world champion, yes. Can rope, yes. Still rope today and does it well. We start with a Josie Connor, and end with a Josie Goodrich.
Let's start with a lady that's riding the horse of the year. Dutch, a 4-time NFR qualifier. Connor, oh! A lot happened right there. That horse anticipated the throw. Old Dutch kind of squatted just a little bit. So then she had to whip back up, and at that point it was throw a Hail Mary and see if it worked. Tough luck for the former WPRA Rookie of the Year, the champion of the Snake River Stampede.
Now let's take a deep breath and regroup with Sloan Anderson. Whitehorse, South Dakota. Young lady is qualified to the Indian National Finals Rodeo held in Las Vegas. She's a Badlands Circuit Finals champ. She backs her horse in the corner. Now, just like our other timed events, she comes out from behind the barrier line. You can see the end of a rope tied to the saddle horn with a piece of string. And they usually have a pretty decent-sized flag at the end of that rope. There it is, that pink flag, so the judge can see it when it pops off the saddle horn.
Might even be a little baby powder on it so you'll fire and see it. Oh, I thought she's going to get it. Right behind the ears. Sorry, Sloan A. Not going to work, my lady.
It's tough enough to be the #1 ranked cowgirl in the world no matter how many years you've competed. But when you're a rookie, and that's who JC Salmons is, she's the #1 rookie in 2026 and the #1 cowgirl in the world. She won $25,000 in San Antonio. We watched her husband, Jared, ride saddle bronc horses. JC, #1 in the Texas circuit. Calf goes left, not good. Comes back to the right. But at least we got one caught. And after the first 2 no times, that's at least something to hold on to. 5 and 7.
So smart because she just does her job, right? You can't help that the calf goes left. She knows there's 2 no times, so she's going to get paid something, and it may not be a big check, but at least she stopped the clock, Bobby T.
Well, that's what the big deal is about the Super Series. 1, 2, 3. Have a bad day, come back and smoke them. Cheyenne McCartney knows what it's all about. She's been under the pressure. 3-time NFR qualifier for the WPRA. Kingston, Oklahoma. Watch this. Had the #2 horse of the year a year ago. Dang. Old Lexus. Having the best horse doesn't mean the horse doesn't throw the rope. You got to do it.
Well, guess what, folks? This is getting very interesting. Right now, if you're a breakaway roper, you got to be like, I just need to catch. Worst I'll do is finish in the top 5 if I just catch. Here's the 2024 Rookie of the Year and Great Lakes Circuit champion, Summer Williams. Went to college at Cisco College from Mineral Wells, Texas. There you go, good calf. Great run. And that is the fastest breakaway roping time of the rodeo. 2.5. Mineral Wells, Texas, 3 swings and fire. Gotta love you some of that.
What do you know? There really is something in the water in Mineral Wells.
Oh, yes. I live 30 minutes from there, I know. Madison Uthier following in the footsteps of her mother and her father. Atta girl, Maddie. Utopia, Texas. She rides Old Rooster, a past horse of the year as well. Let's take it at a 340. She's just happy to be second.
When she was 16 years old, she won $100,000 at the American. You thought I was crummy when I was 16? Give me $100 grand. I'll show you crummy.
You're still crummy. Maddie Jacobs of Hope, New Mexico. It was a soft toss. I had to hit it. 2-time NFR qualifier. Past champ at the Pikes Peak Bus Rodeo and NFR Open. And we have a tie at 3.4. She is splitting second and third. The 2 Maddies are sharing.
I do believe your little pep talk, Boyd, might have helped them a little bit.
Yeah, this back end of the breakaway has really shown up. Well, you said we were going to start with a Josie and end with a Josie. Her dad, Brad, was one of the all-time great tie-down roping cowboys who went to the NFR many, many times. She's a 2-time qualifier for the college national finals. She's a multimedia journalist.
Oh boy, pitch it, get down. Woo! It worked, 3.2. Whoa, one Josie's gonna get a good check out of this deal.
Oh.
What happened?
I don't think it pulled tight around the neck of the calf.
Oh, let's see the loop on the volley.
Might have had a leg in it.
Happened too quick for me to see.
Well, regardless, it's a no time for our final cowgirl to go. But A good night of competition for the ladies in the breakaway roping. You see a good shot of the cowgirls coming out just like Miss Uthier. One more swing to make it work for the #1 lady in the world, J.C. Hammonds, as she parks the bay horse. And a look of disgust for Miss Connor. How about the big smile from Summer Williams with that 2.5, as Boyd pointed out, the fastest run of the rodeo. Madison, Maddie, and J.C. rounded out. Oxy brought us our breakaway roping.
Well, coming up next, you're gonna like it. It's bull riding time.
Hey folks, don't forget to check the screens. Do it right now for the answer to the trivia question. You may have won season tickets to the 2027 in Rodeo Houston. The winner will be announced on March 21st.
Visit the Fan Zone. It's presented by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. We've got 2 of them. Sections 103 and 124. Look at that. There's Rocker Steiner. Go take a picture with that young man. One of your favorite rodeo stars. Even get an autograph. Look, there's 2 world champions sitting next to one another. Love it. What a great opportunity to have some fun.
Here in Houston, the Houston Methodist Sports Medicine Group is crucial. They keep us loosened up, and they're always ahead of an injury before we even have it. So without them, it would be tough to get on as many as we do. You get on 3 of the rankest horses in the world 3 days in a row here, plus semifinals and short round, and without them, it would be tough. So thank you to Houston Methodist.
Everybody look at the big screens. It's the Oblivious Cam. We might catch you on it.
You're having a large time. Oh yeah, everybody happy. All right, remember a few minutes ago, Cash Wilson was awarded a re-ride. Here's your Wall, South Dakota Cowboy. A87 Red Eye of the Derbies. This is his second chance and opportunity, and he's taking advantage of it. Wow, wow, wow.
Yes, he is. The only thing I don't like, Bobby, and this is nitpicking, this horse has a little hop skip that can throw your timing off, and it cost him about 2 seconds in this ride. Right here, this horse kind of shortens up and then lunges forward. 79 points for Wilson. That will put him just outside the top 4.
Well, let's look at that top 4 when we get the chance. The money winners in the saddle bronc riding: Reagan Smith, East and West, Stetson Wright, and Shorty Garrett. That's how it concludes in round 1.
But now it's time for our final rough stock competition. It's bull riding time at Rodeo Houston. And it's brought to you by Rock and Roll Denim. You go back to 2025, it was Tristan Hutchins, the Idaho Cowboy. Did it the best for a $65,000 payday, but look out. The #1 man in the world is in this set in Super Series 2. This is another talented field. Can't wait to see who gets out of it.
Here we go with our bullfighters. Dusty Tuckness on the left, the GOAT, the greatest of all times. Handsome, proud daddy, Nate Justice in the middle, and then too serious, but we'll let him smile, Nathan Hart. But there's one more, boy, that's pretty important.
Yes, he is the grandson of one of the greatest bull riders of all time, one of the greatest entertainers in our game, John Harrison, Soper, Oklahoma.
Hey, Houston, are you ready to ride some bulls?
All right.
One of the top 10 cowboys in the world of professional rodeo begins it all. From the cowboy and energy town of Gillette, Wyoming, it's Hayden Welsh. The 20-year-old generational talent on Dirty Deeds. The young bull that's only been ridden one time in 5 trips. Hayden looks to be number 2.
Let's go back 15 years. Let's go back 15 years when that kid was 5 years old. He watched his daddy, Bobby, win Rodeo Houston. And now he's trying to do what his dad did a decade and a half later, becoming only the second man to cover Dirty Deeds for 8 seconds. How about it for the young gun, 20-year-old Hayden Wells, 79 points as the bullfighters take their positions.
I want to be positive when I say it, but I do believe that helped him ride to have that bull catch his horn, then come around and kind of hipped his hip, and that slowed him down a little bit out of his normal pattern. Colton Kaufman comes from Lusk, Wyoming. Sonny B, 43 and 13, Andy. This is no day off with this bull.
Well, and Mason Moody, who you're going to see in just a little bit, was 85 on this bull in San Antonio. He's only got one horn. I don't know where the other one went.
We could speculate.
But I'm not going to tell you. One Indianapolis. The big FFA Convention Rodeo. Great spot to be. Sit up, Colt, sit up. Oh, you attempted one recovery.
Okay, folks, watch the replay and watch nothing but the Cowboy's feet. That's all you have to watch is his feet. Do they stay up on the bull rope? Can he keep? No, they're coming back. They're back off the bull rope. And when your feet come off the bull rope, your body goes back to what Gary LeFew used to call the danger zone, all the way back near that flank strap. And when you lose your feet, the rest is elementary, my dear Watson. No score for Colton Kaufman.
He tried to hang and rattle. Speaking of old-timers, Johnny Kay, 8-time champion of the world. He's not that old. Said you never turn loose till your head hits the dirt. And that's what he was trying to do. Here comes your rematch, guys.
Yeah, but look at he can ride either hand. Trevor Reese. He had this bull in Fort Madison, Iowa back in 2024. Bucked him off, but they marked the bull 45 and a half points. That means he could have been 91 on this bull. Rematch, Trevor Reese. Trying to get even. Trying to get even. He'll get even in the Bayou City. Got him on the ground at the Tri-State Rodeo in Fort Madison. But Rice gets his revenge on Anthrax. The bull is 43 and now 43 and 14. Scores come up for your second qualified ride. 83 points, and here goes John.
The man in black showing up and making it work. T. Parker.
Let's go, T.
He comes from Winnie, Texas. Let me try that again. You got an East Texas cowboy named T. Parker. That's more like it.
That Winnie just a little bit ways from Anahuac Airport. Come on, this is the hottest, best-looking young kid in America today.
Is that a Rolex?
I don't know if it's real or fake, but it's got just as much sparkle as the steer wrestler's jeans.
Here we go. We're going to do it, South Texas. Come on. Come on, Houston. Woo! I just said it. You do not turn loose. Oh, my goodness. Gold chains, Rolex watches.
Bigfoot's the name of the bull, and old Sasquatch tried to do his thing against T. Parker, but he's finally healthy after going to the NFR in 2022. He's finally back to riding the way we all know T. Parker can ride. Let's see what the judges thought of that effort. And it's 79 points. It ties him with Hayden Wells for second and third.
In today's I Want It Now society, Mason Moody, we ask, what have you done for me lately? Okay. Won the Dixie National in Jackson. Just won Kissimmee, the Silver Spurs Rodeo, with a 90-point bull ride. Friends, Coming off his first trip to the National Finals Rodeo, this right now is your #1 bull rider in the world.
Well, we watched him win San Angelo's Extreme Bull Riding last year, but here's the thing. How many of y'all have ever heard of the artist Slim Shady? Because this kid, when he takes his helmet off, you're going to think he's Slim Shady. He looks just like him.
The difference is his is totally natural. There's no hydrogen peroxide involved.
Abracadabra, the bull could care less. Blonde, red-headed, brown, he could be a paint. He just said, go ahead, kid, get everything set you want. When the mustache jerks that gate, you better be ready.
He's going to read. Let's go down to Janie. She's got a second-generation bull rider.
That's right. Hayden Welsh, you were 7 years old when your dad won Rodeo Houston. What does it mean to now be in those footsteps?
Oh, yes, ma'am. I'm just blessed to be able to come out here, live the dream. And, you know, I was 7 years old, and my dad was the first guy to ride every single bull in Houston. So just to be able to live my dream and be in the footsteps of my dad, you know, one of the guys that was my icon, it's such a blessing.
Gotta love those family traditions here in Houston.
Absolutely.
We need to get him a little energy.
No, we don't.
Boy, get him off the Red Bull. Not literally. He was that way at Fort Worth. He rode like 6 out of 8. And I mean, did come a clicking, got the money. See him trying to scoot up, get this bull to move. The bull is kind of like, duct tape to the back.
Well, and correct me if I'm wrong, this is not a guy that takes a lot of time in the chute. So if this bull's leaning on his leg, it's serious.
Well, yes, you're 100% right, Andy. He is not known for taking for forever. Mason's known for getting on and getting out, but this bull is squatting on the back end. That'll slide you off your rope, and then there's Tuck trying to get that bull's attention to get him to stand up. There we go.
Right foot. Just a coin to praise. Oh, my. Boyd said it a moment ago, you ride with your feet, you hold on with your hand, and you'll watch his right foot. Now watch, close. Bull's right here, away from his hand. Right foot comes loose, and your body goes where you look.
Well, and he's going to owe John Harrison a birthday present because he borrowed John's barrel. John's birthday's on October 12th, so make sure you take care of him, Mason.
Well, the bull's name was Abracadabra, and the only magic there is that the bull didn't hit John. We can all dream. Don't look at me like that.
You're so mean to me.
I am mean to you.
I think he meant it, John.
It's like you got a kick me sign on you, John.
I say the next time a bull hits the barrel, the announcer should have to buy everybody in here a beer.
No problem.
No,
we'll put it on Bob's tab.
Yeah.
No problem. I've got Andy's debit card.
Oh, I don't have a debit card.
You will tonight. Dylan Rice comes from Wyoming, Boyd.
Got a bull that's never thrown a cowboy. So this bull's been bucked twice. He's been ridden twice. They've averaged 82 points. But this guy's had a rough year. He's been in a little bit of a slump. Come on, Dylan. Stay on this one, buddy. Stay on this one. So I want you to watch Nate Justice. He's the guy in the kind of the grayish colored hat, number 22. And I just want you to watch what number 22 does at the end of this ride. Now, he doesn't want to get in the way of the bull. He doesn't want to distract the bull and take him out of the spin. So he stays back a little bit. He stays back. But when the cowboy goes down, look at him. Stand right between the bull and the cowboy. Folks, you've got 3 of the greatest bullfighters on planet Earth at Rodeo Houston. And Nate Justice is definitely one of those.
Well, Jade Frost has a rematch. He has been on this bull 3 times. The first time was the summer of 2024. He lasted 5.7 seconds. Last year in San Antonio, 5.9 seconds. September in Omaha, 6.1 seconds. So he's ridden longer each time, but has never made the 8 in 3 attempts on short grub.
Yeah, but hardly anybody has. This bull is 53-2.
Well, let's just change it all. Houston are ready to change. We need a little help.
This bull's got a 96% buck off. Come on, let's ride him for the first time in forever. Nope.
Okay, why? Watching the replay, I want you to see what this bull does. This bull is nearly mechanical. Watch his head, then watch his shoulders, watch his hips. Hit, now watch him. He looks to the left, comes to the right. Looks to the left, comes back to the right. And his hips don't follow in sync. Folks, that is difficult to ride. Give him a hand for as far as he went. Woo! That's a bucking bull.
Yeah, and if he draws him again, the one thing I love about Jake, just like his brothers Joe and Josh, he's not scared of him. He'll come back and get on him again if he ever draws him a fourth, fifth time. All right, Colton Byron, let's do here what you did in Fort Worth. He won the Bulls Night Out, the Extreme Bull Riding in Fort Worth, with an 88.5-point ride. I love the name of this bull, Bandolero. He's 21-5. That equates to a 76% buck-off rate. 26-year-old Cowboy from Mound City, Kansas. Love that camera view. Nope.
Oh, that's one of our sky cams. Got a shot at it. I agree with you, Boyd. Now there's the same thing. Feet, feet, feet. Oh, yeah. See his left toe turned in. You want it turned out, get a hook, and hold on. Wow. Pretty good pen of bulls with only 3 road.
Yeah, it was the opposite of the Breakaway. The Breakaway started rough and then got good at the end. The bull riding started great, and then the last 4 guys hit the dirt. Oh, they'll sling that slobber when they buck. They'll go away from your hand, and you gotta hustle if you're Trevor Ridey. Steve Parker says thumbs up. Trevor says, I'm coming for you, John. Hayden, the first Cowboy to go, conquers his beast. And everybody's smiling, at least the guys who got to the whistle. Only 3, Rice of Iowa, Welsh of Colorado, and Parker of Winnie, Texas. Bull riding, brought to you by Rock and Roll Dental.
Hey, folks, you're going to love this. Coming up next, a very special tribute to some of our favorite athletes. Hey, look at this. I want you to get out your phones and scan the QR code, and you could be on the Raising Cane's selfie cam. Now watch this. Ew, I love chicken fingers, but I love what you get to do right now. There you go. Oh, what a beautiful set of ladies. Pretty little girl. Here we go, got the baby. Got the baby involved. Now, everybody try, use a wide angle lens. There you go. There you go, Dad. He's got a hug on the family. Hello, ladies. How are you? Oh, yes. Got the rhythm. Yep, I like that. I like that pink hat, too. Big tail pink hat. Happy ladies. Y'all are doing a great job. Yep, take that selfie. Cowgirls in hats. There you are. Oh my goodness, does that look good? Oh, that beer looks good. I want to tell y'all thank you so very, very much. You'll see yourself live on a selfie cam. That was fun. Raising Cane.
For generations, the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo has welcomed professional athletes from around the world who come to compete and take part in one of the most exciting and celebrated events of the year. But the Cowboys and Cowgirls admit they'd be nothing on their own. They fully rely on their partners. And now Oxy is honored to present the other part of their team that these athletes cherish. The part of their team that they love and fiercely protect, just like a part of their family. This is historic Rodeo Houston footage from over a decade ago with 2 legendary horses. On the left of your screen is Hostage. Next to her is Lunatic Fringe. Both of these horses have done their part to help crown Rodeo Houston champions over the years. But they also did something else. They made this 14-year-old daughter out of Lunatic Fringe and Hostage. This is Lunatic Bayou. She has followed in the footsteps of her mom and dad. She's a mother of 4. She's bucked at top rodeos across the United States, including here at Rodeo Houston. These animal athletes were born to be bucking horses. They're loved and respected by the cowboys that dare to ride them. And soon enough, the youngest member of this deep bloodline, the son of Lunatic Bayou, say hello to Lunatic Bay. He's already learning how to buck. He will be setting records of his own, following not only his mother's, but his grandma and grandfather's footsteps. You see, folks, some horses are born to run fast, like race horses. Some are meant to work with cutting precision, like cutting horses. But these athletes were born to challenge their riders. Bucking comes natural to these broncs, and it's our responsibility and our honor to make sure they are cared for with respect, because they're a part of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo family too, and they represent the legacy and the future of our rodeo. So tonight we've been cheering for cowboys and cowgirls since the rodeo started. But just one time, let's cheer for the animals who carry our cowboys and cowgirls to glory. These great bucking horses. We want to say thank you to Oxy for presenting our Born to Buck legacy. You can see these beautiful horses up close at the Born to Buck exhibit right behind the junction. That's another reason to come out when you don't have a rodeo ticket or a concert ticket. You can still go see these babies and their mamas in the Born to Buck exhibit presented by Oxy.
Hey, 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 look how clean white Johnny t-shirts. It's Let's next. Go! It's the Calf Scramble.
Our arena crew, and when I say arena crew, I mean they're talented people. They work the gates, the chutes, the equipment. You don't just set up the barrels, you got to set them up in the right spots at the right time. They are all sponsored by Cavender's Boot City, and we say thank you.
Life on the road of a rodeo athlete can be challenging. That's why United Airlines is thrilled to reunite rodeo families and bring them along for the ride. T. Parker was the 2023 Rookie of the Year. He started off as Rookie Year strong, then hit his summer run where he was bucked off 36 times in a row. His tough rookie season then led to almost 2 years of injuries, but he's back stronger and healthier than ever. Family got him through a tough time and helped shape his positive attitude. T. Parker, we know how important family is, and we want to unite you with them with airfare from United so they can witness your comeback year. You were selected by your peers because they think you deserve this, and so do we. Congratulations, you are tonight's Rodeo Reunited family, sponsored by our friends at United Airlines.
All right, y'all. It's Calf Scramble time, and it's being brought to you on this day by Transocean. Tonight, we want you to keep an eye out for the first scrambler to properly catch a calf and cross the line, because that scrambler will have a chance to compete in the Super Scramble on March 21st. Let's go down to the arena floor and join Andy and Janie to meet tonight's scramblers.
Thank you, Boyd. There are 8 young men and 22 young women. So, on a Russell Dickerson night, it's ladies' night in the Calf Scramble. Now, Janie had a few extra moments to talk to our scramblers. Tell us what you know, Janie.
Well, that's right, Andy. We are all about that girl power in the scramble tonight. We even have a young lady who is an Eagle Scout. We have a power lifter. We have an all-star track star. And I also want to say it's Vivian's 16th birthday, so happy birthday, Vivian. Let's kick off this scramble, starting with Duke Van Loo,
Annabelle Popshill,
Brooklyn DeSantos,
Jennifer Tran,
Caesar Garcia Jr.,
Mary Catherine Orsburn,
Hazel Val,
Hudson Bombardier,
Lydia Matthews,
Sophie Owens,
Isabella Hartman,
Ashlyn Kopsell,
Catherine Renshaw,
Madeline Lindsay,
Logan Reese,
Memory Brown,
Kayla Rangel,
Chelsea Vargas,
Andrew Stanton,
Victoria Vasquez,
Zaylee Sayers,
Camden Dubois,
Vivian Bartel,
Tyler Samuel,
Lacey Sermon,
Caitlin Colson,
Kinsley Gray,
Mackenzie Hernandez,
Lucas Cook,
and Lucas Leonard. Those are your scramblers for night number 4. Give them all a little Houston hello. When we do what we do in the calf scramble, we have 2 individuals that help make sure everything goes the way it's supposed to. First, our gate opener. Tonight, we welcome the managing director of the Trans-Ocean Rig of the Year. Please welcome Vincent Bertu. And our calf scramble starter. It is the University of Houston head football coach, Willie Fritz. All right, Cougar fans, we will swing that gate open. Vincent will do so for us as the calves come up. The Calf Scramble Committee. The V created by those great people. When Willie drops the hat, the sprint will be on by all of our scramblers trying to catch a calf. The calves are getting closer. The tension is palpable. Willie says it's time to catch one. The race is on.
And they are off. The beginning is sometimes the most important. We've had lots of trips, lots of falls, but number 19, that's Andrew Stanton. He already has one. Oh, guys, I spoke too soon. These calves are tricky. We've seen it time and time again. That's number 29, Lucas Cook. He owns 2 pigs, and he's a valedictorian of his school. Wow, smart and athletic. We're about to catch that calf.
We have some halters that have been placed on very quickly inside the box. Number 14, Madeline Lindsay. Number 22, Camden Dubois. Who will it be?
Well, that's Madeline Lindsay right there, and she says it's been a dream of hers to barrel race at Rodeo Houston since she was 4 years old. All right, step 1, make it across the line in that calf scramble, and she's about to do just that. Next, we'll see her run in the barrel race. All right, we're getting very close to getting some halters on some calves here. This is the part you've got to be very, very patient, and then you can hustle. That's number 1 right there, Duke Van Loo. He raises steers, specifically Angus. This is his first ever calf scramble, and look at that. He made it look easy, or he's making it look easy. Very cool.
Janie, I have found someone who made it look very easy. Madeline Lindsay, tell us, how were you able to catch so quickly?
I just saw the cow fall on the ground, and I got him.
Well, way to go. You got a strategy and you stuck with it. Are you bringing a steer or a heifer back to the show?
A steer.
What breed?
I want a Brahmin.
You want a Brahmin. Okay, a specialty breed for a great young lady on night 4. Give it up for Madeline Lindsay of Lamar FFA.
Amazing. Remember that name. We'll see her running the barrels here one day soon. We got some high fives going around. Number 10, Sophie Owens. Looks like she made a catch. The crowd's excited about something out there, Andy.
There's all kinds of things to be excited about. We still got quite a few calves that have not been captured. They don't have a halter on. Because as you know, Janie, we talk about it quite often. The halter only goes on in one fashion.
Yes, that's exactly right. And you really can't rush the process because these calves, they are sneaky. Look at that right there. Number 19, is that what we're looking at?
That is Andrew Stanton of Lamar FFA.
Yeah, this is the hard part. When there's just a few left and all the sharks are swimming, Lots of different strategies. You gotta grab it by the tail. You gotta keep running. That calf is feeling very confident right now.
Janie, you live in Amarillo. How many sharks are in Amarillo?
We're right by the ocean, don't you know? Oh, looks like we got one by the tail right there. And that's also another tricky part, is getting from the tail to the head of the calf without losing it. A lot of things can happen out here in the calf scramble, you know, but from these hard-running calf scramble kids to our Rodeo Houston athletes, Houston Methodist and Rodeo Houston Sports Medicine are always standing by to take care of any injuries to our competitors.
Whoa! Number 30, Lucas Leonard of Alvarado FFA was making a valiant effort. There's number 4, Jennifer. I believe that's Miss Tron from Dobie FFA. There's number 5, Cesar Garcia, same FFA program.
I met Cesar. You know, it's no surprise that he's about to cross that line. He's a football player. He's actually a linebacker. He's a power lifter. He was made for this moment here in the calf scramble.
Just a few more steps, and there it is for Cesar. If you've never been here before, this is an awesome program for the youth of Texas. It all dates back to 1942, and our calf scramble program has awarded over $22 million in certificates and prizes to over 24,700 students. Is that not awesome, Janie?
It's absolutely incredible, and such well-rounded kids right there. That was Mary Catherine Orsburn. She likes camping and backpacking, and she's actually an Eagle Scout herself, so how cool is that? This is a challenging event, and any kid that can catch a calf and make it across the line, even the ones that don't quite catch it, because it is not easy. All things have to line up. It's just so impressive.
Here's Miss Copsell. Ashlyn from Navarro FFA getting a little assistance to try and get across the line. Just a few more steps. Come on, Russell Dickerson fans, let's help her out as she tries to cross the line.
Oh, you gotta love that smile and the sigh of relief knowing that you got it done. Big high fives.
Good job, girl. Atta girl.
Once they catch a calf and they get a certificate, this is a year-long journey for all these 4-H and FFA exhibitors. They'll come back and show their steer or heifer at a fall progress show, and then prepare to be part of the 2027 Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo with that project. But it all stems from right here. That's number 6, Mary Catherine Orsburn from Lamar FFA.
Yeah, you can tell she's quite happy, quite excited that she got the job done. Other kids are still catching their breath.
Yeah, there's a lot of real estate out here that has to be covered. As number 20, Victoria Vasquez of Summer Creek FFA is putting that halter on. You got to go over the nose, then behind the ears. Then you tighten the lead rope from the bottom. Great work by our camera crew, getting you up close and personal with everything in the calf scramble.
Well, the thing too, Andy, about all of these kids, they love animals. And right there, Victoria Vasquez, as she's getting ready to put the halter on that calf, she plans to go to Texas A&M to be a vet one day, and she's got that halter on.
Don't let go.
Come on, Houston, help her out.
Victoria, you have made it this far. Don't you dare let go, because everybody in NRG Stadium is going to help you cross that line. Come on, Houston, let's get behind her. How about a thank you to our sponsor of the calf scramble, Transocean. Don't go anywhere, because coming up soon, it's the Chuck Wagon Racing at Rodeo Houston.
It's our distinct privilege to honor America's heroes, as well as their families who support them. like our Gold Star families who have made the ultimate sacrifice. We salute the men and women in uniform that make it possible for all of us to live with freedom and pride in our country. Tonight we honor United States Marine Corps Sergeant Major, who is a command senior enlisted leader currently stationed at 1st Battalion, 23rd Marine Regiment here in Houston. Throughout his career, he has served in a wide range of specialties, including a Marine Corps recruiter, course instructor, schoolhouse instructor, martial arts instructor, operations chief at both the Flying Squadron and the Marine Aircraft Group levels, as well as flight planning chief. His operational experience includes deployments to Kuwait, Iraq, and Afghanistan.
His personal decorations include the Meritorious Service Medal, the Navy and Marine Corps Condemnation Medal, and a Gold Star. Ladies and gentlemen, the United States Marine Corps Sergeant Major Christopher Myers. Join me in thanking him for 25 years of service.
All right, folks, we're going to take you down inside the bucket chutes behind the scenes. It's time for the Axis Sounds of the Night.
The boys are back in town. Sorry, I spoke with you. I didn't mean to do that. Say, hey, mama, the way you move, gonna make you sweat, gonna make you groove. I dropped my mouthpiece. My mouthpiece. It's gonna taste like poop now. What's Bandana Bay?
We gotta decide now.
What's Bandana Bay? Hey, is Bandana Bay pretty fat?
Oh, that's good. We welcome our first race of Chuck Wagons, Chevron, Kroger, Mustang Cat. We got a little bet going on amongst the three pair of announcers. Andy and Janie have yet to win a race, so they get to pick first.
You know, I'm smiling because things are about to change and go our way. We are going with Chevron tonight.
All right, Luis and Boyd have only won 2 races. Who we taking, Luis?
We are taking Ford. No,
you can't.
Kroger.
They're not in the arena. It's either Chevron or
Muscat Cat.
Bad choice.
Okay, we're taking Mustang Cat.
Yeah.
So Enrique and Bob are going to get the one that's left over.
We're going to Kroger, and you're going to hate it. Oh, we're going to get the groceries and leave you all hungry.
The race is on. Chevron, we're on the outside, but here we come. Andy and Janie for a win. Let's go, Chevron.
Pace yourself as we finish lap 1, Chevron. It's a 2-lap race. We need you to finish.
Now here we go. Vamos con Kroger en esta segunda vuelta. Kroger all the way, guys. Let's go on the outside. Kroger, here we go.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Damas y caballeros, ven en el Cat. Mustang Cat ya haciendo. Los caballos están volando. They're flying.
Kroger it is.
I think it's Kroger.
I know it's Kroger.
Oh, man. You don't even pick your wagons and you still win.
Oh,
was not
I
even
say
close.
thank you to Luis. You did it for us again, Luis.
Luis, you're no longer picking. You don't even know what wagons are in the arena. Hey, Andy, Janie, how many races have you won now after 7 attempts?
What's less than 1?
Hey, wait a minute.
You are such a sorry loser, Andy.
Oh, spoken like someone who is?
Just trying to stay positive here, guys. That's all I'm doing.
We're going forward.
All right. Okay.
Ford.
All right. Our second heat features Baylor, Ford, and XTXB. Andy and Janie have taken Ford. We are taking Baylor. We're taking Baylor, Luis, and that means we're sticking the boys with STXB.
And they have won us 2 races already. Enrique, I need to hear a little Spanish in this. Come on.
Well, you're going to have to wait because we get lap number 1. So your Espanol can wait for lap number 2. We need a comeback, Janie, and Ford is going to help us get there.
This is where it all starts. The big comeback story for Jane and Andy. Ford is looking good. We've got the pretty white horses. Let's go. We need this.
I don't care if they're white, gray. We need to be in the black because we are sadly swimming in a sea of red. Let's go, Ford. Catch another gear. We need all the wheels on that wagon to cross the line first as they go from north to south on lap number 1.
Here we come up on the inside. Ford's looking good. This is where we win the race.
Baylor Medicine is coming up. Texas, make some noise. Here we go. Damas y caballeros, viene en los caballos. Ford está enfrente de nosotros, pero no se preocupe. Vienen aquí con mucha energía. Viene, mira, Baylor Medicine. Come on, boys, help me out.
STX. STX.
Well, for two young announcers who couldn't pick their nose.
This feels like we won the whole thing, I'm not gonna lie. Just getting that one on the board. We are back. Don't even look at the board. Don't even look at it.
Andy, look at graphics.
We're going to do it live. We got one on the board.
You know what? Because we're number 1.
Andy Jane, it's all about a broken clock. You know what that means, right?
Gets right twice a day, right, Enrique?
That's right.
This is the start of something big for us.
Thank you to Chevron, Kroger, and Mustang Cat. And to Baylor, Ford, and STXB. Oh, God.
Coming up next, you don't want to miss it. It's the Mutton Bustin'.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here is a word from our chairman of the board, Patman Phillips.
Howdy, I'm Patman Phillips, and I'm privileged to serve as chairman of the board of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. On behalf of the show's 36,000 volunteers, we want to thank you for your support so we can keep doing what we do best, promote agriculture, our rich Western heritage, and support the youth of Texas. I've lived in Texas all my life, but it wasn't until I moved to Houston that I felt the power of a community that works together. We have access to all forms of professional sports, music, and live entertainment. And it's right here in our own backyard.
There's nowhere else we would rather have our organization or a basketball team than Houston. You know, it's home. I love to brag about the Rockets and the other sports teams in town. And one of the first things out of my mouth when I'm talking about the great qualities of Houston is the rodeo.
I'm a music guy, so knowing the wide range of programming that the rodeo offers over the course of March is incredible to me, and in that I think the Houston Symphony and the rodeo have a lot in common.
These organizations bring fans together to celebrate under one roof. They stimulate the economy, provide education, and give back to the community. It doesn't matter if the performance is on a stage, grass, or dirt. They make our city not just a place to live, but a place to be proud of.
I feel like we've never been in a better spot as partners, and our partnership as we're looking into the future is really, really bright.
I think we should all be grateful to be in this town, and we're grateful that we have the rodeo to kind of bring us all together every year.
I think our relationship with the rodeo is unique. We both have the same goals for the community, and that's a partnership that we've enjoyed and we want to continue for many years.
Because of you, we can all continue to do what we do best, and for us, that means promoting agriculture, showcasing our rich Western heritage, and supporting education for the youth of Texas. Hope you enjoy the rest of the show. Let's rodeo!
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Hey folks, it's time to vote for the Hard Luck Awards, sponsored by Amity Bank. You get to be the judge and decide who our winner is tonight. Watch the replays and your applause will determine who had the toughest luck. They'll go home with an extra $200 in their pocket thanks to Amity Bank. We have 3 rides for you to vote on. We want you to cheer for all of our athletes, but save your biggest applause for who you think had the roughest ride. So as our audience tonight, you're the most important people in the room, okay? You're going to judge this competition. We've got 3 rides. Now here's the bar. We're trying to get into the 100s on the DB meter. We're not a full house tonight, which means you need to dig a little deeper. You need to scream a little louder because you're going to have to make up for some folks that didn't come. So let's hear it from all of you. Anytime you see a wreck that you think is worth some applause, let's give it every ounce you got. Just go nuts and get loud. Let's get started with the first one, Bobby. Stetson Wright, watch his right armpit. The bull is gonna, right there, right on top of his ribs. Did you see that? Bam! Now, if you don't think it hurt, this 10-time world champion, ooh, man, that'll take your ribs away, your wind away. Right there's the best shot. And then his brother is so concerned he jumps off the chute to try to get him out of harm's way. If you're a family, folks, let's get loud for Stetson Wright. Bring it.
Oh boy, 96 points. You can do better than that, Houston. I know you can. I've got another young bull rider by the name of Hayes Waite, and it's not how much he weighs. It's right about here. Takes a bang to the head, 10 to the shoulder. Watch this hit. Here it comes. Up and, oh, that bull with the right tip. Stuck him right in the face mask. How many times have you been afraid? Couldn't scream? Scream now.
Woo! 97. But I bet you got a 98 or 100 left in you for this 20-year-old. He's only 20, and he gets kicked in the ear. Watch this bull kick him right in his ear. Right, bam! Folks, that ear is right above his neck. Bam! I mean, this guy took a big shot to the head. He woke up dizzy for 3 days after this. I want all of you to wake him up tonight. Let's get to 100. Go!
You did it. That's a 98 score. Wow. Well, we've got our winner thanks to you. Wacy Shala gets the title for tonight's Hard Luck Award, sponsored by Amity Bank, and has taken home an extra $200 cash. Now, folks, during our last rodeo performance on Championship Saturday, we'll show you the top roughest rides of all the winners every night and crown this year's Hard Luck Award winner. They're going to take away a grand prize of $2,500. That's the Hard Luck Awards, sponsored by Amity Bank.
And now it's what you've been waiting for. It's what everybody talks about. It's mutton busting time at Rodeo Houston. Thank you to HEB. Let's go down to Andy and Jenny and their entourage.
We are on cloud 9, not just because of our win, but because it's mutton busting time.
It's everybody's favorite time, and time for our little cowboys and cowgirls to shine on the big stage. Let's start the mutton busting.
And we begin with JJ Bunk, 5 years old from Houston. Come on, JJ.
His favorite event is the Cavs Scramble. He wants to be the U.S. president one day.
Why
He's
not?
not going to be affected by this mutton busting here. He's got big things.
Future Commander-in-Chief Presley Crawford, 5-year-old Presley.
Presley looking so cute in her pink cowgirl boots and making an awesome ride almost to the far end of the pin. Way to go, cowgirl.
Elliot Bolton. Elliot's 5 years old, likes riding the carnival rides. This is a different type of ride. Elliot, nice boots.
Oh, and that was a tough sheep to ride. Wow, what an awesome cowgirl right there. Good job.
6-year-old Duncan DeYoung. Duncan loves barrel racing. The race is on.
Wants to be a race car driver. We like to go fast over here. Good job. Way to hang in there.
Beck Flores, 5-year-old Beck. Beck's favorite event's mutton busting. Now you get to be a part of it.
Well, you can see why. He made it almost to the very far end of the pin right there. Good ride. That might be the best one yet. This is a tough one.
Yes, it is. Marshall Fox of Sugar Land coming at ya.
Loves corn dogs and ice cream and winning in the mutton busting. Good ride. Almost to the very end.
Ellie Hall of Katy, Texas. 5-year-old Ellie wants to be a lifeguard someday. Nice shaps.
Those might be the coolest cowgirl shaps I have ever seen. Wow, what a professional there in the mutton busting.
Double H, Hannah Hunter of Cypress, Texas. 5-year-old Hannah. Hold on tight.
She wants to be a realtor one day.
Bobby T can help her with that. John Jones, 6-year-old John of Houston, Texas, loves eating corn dogs. All right, John. John hopes to be an engineer. It's a great group of kids, a president, an artist, a nurse, and now John Jones. It's your time to shine.
I'm telling you, Andy, wow, look at him go! That was a fast and difficult sheep, and we made it all the way to the back, lift him in the air. He knows it was a good ride.
I think Caleb Kuski's been reading my text messages. Caleb likes cinnamon rolls. So do I, Caleb.
Wants to be a professional hockey player. Wow, Caleb's just there making it look easy. Oh, we got a sheep on the loose.
Okay.
Look at that smile. He's like, I know that was a good one right there.
Cooper Robinson, an honest 5-year-old, wants to grow up to be a carny.
He's in the right place. Another great ride on that sheep. Let's smile, be proud of what you just did.
Sydney Suter, 5 years old from Houston. She wants to be a princess.
That's a girl after my own heart. She's a princess and she's an awesome sheep rider. The princess of the sheep, we could call her. Great job.
Lila Thompson, 5-year-old Lila, wants to one day own a bunny daycare. I didn't even know that was a thing.
That is a very niche market. Wow. I tell you, these kids, they are incredible. And the sheep's giving her some trouble, but it's not going to hold her back. Good star. Way to go, cowgirl. And I love the pink boots yet again. So cute.
Oh, Hayes Young. 5-year-old Hayes loves mutton busted. Get him, Hayes.
Oh, wow. And that sheep really cut to the side. He tucked, he rolled through everything at that cowboy. And he did awesome.
We wind it up with 6.5-year-old Turner Edel. Turner is from Houston. Come on, Turner. Oh, no.
That was a tough go, Turner, but you were tough. He wants to be a police officer one day. You should be so proud of yourself.
These mutton busters always have a great time on the arena floor of NRG Stadium. And once they leave here, they get to leave with that back number and a memory created riding sheep during our rodeo. They'll also get a special prize, but each and every night we select one contestant who rides a little bit farther. Each and every night we crown a champion, and that champion gets a few extra special moments to chat with Janie.
Well, Caleb is our champion tonight in the mutton busting. You made the best ride of all the kids out here. How did you practice for the mutton busted?
Oh, at home I just practiced on my mom's back. She didn't go so fast, so I didn't hit a toy.
Well, shout out to Mom. Is that who you want to say hi to, or is there anybody in the crowd you want to give a shout out to?
I'll give a shout out to.
Shout out to Mom. Congratulations, Caleb. Take that beautiful belt buckle. Ashley from HEB brought it for you. Let's hear it for our awesome mutton busting. Show him the buckle there, Caleb. You are our champion.
Thank you to our friends at HEB for bringing us the mutton busting.
The fun doesn't stop after tonight's concert. Get your adrenaline rush or play some games at the Carnival presented by First Community. Taste award-winning wines from around the world at the Champion Wine Garden presented by Frost. If you're 21 and over, enjoy dancing and live music at The Hideout every night from 6 p.m. until midnight. Enjoy bold flavors, handcrafted cocktails, and lively music at the new 1932 Cattlemen's Club, open nightly until midnight. Grab an ice cold beer and enjoy some live music at the Miller Lite Ice House. Unwind with a drink as you enjoy a live DJ at the Topo Chico Hard Seltzers Oasis. So stick around, there's plenty to do and something for everyone at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo.
Oh boy, folks, it's time for the Miller Lite highlights of the night, boy.
Well, in the calf roping, it's a game of intangibles. So tough to make everything go right. And in the bareback riding, it is physically demanding. He's not happy with the score, but Junior and Caleb, they were happy with their run. Down to that rope and smoke that horn. Buck him in the bronc.
Well, the higher they jump and the better they buck, the better you ride. Oh, whoa, get back. You don't have to be the biggest guy in town if you're going to do it like the big guys do. Then you do the sprinkler. That'll do it. When you do well, that's breakaway roping. But when you ride bulls run,
save your life. And if you're a barrel man, look out for Trevor Rice when he hears the whistle. Those are your Miller Lite highlights of the night. Our lights will be going out shortly, and as they do, I need for you all to do me a favor.